Okay, cool.
Stream's unmuted.
Cool.
Stop using crude oil.
What do you propose we use instead, Alex?
Motor oil.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
The souls of the innocent.
Baby oil.
The souls of the innocent.
Baby oil.
Well, crude oil is already, the souls of the innocent.
Okay. Let's,
Well, innocent dinosaurs and...
Innocent dinosaurs.
Innocent dinosaurs. What have they ever done to you?
Actually, no. The only oil I've ever really been into any contact with were just mass murdering T-Rex dinosaurs. Just constantly ate all the babies.
Essential oil.
Essential oil. Fucking hell.
Dinosaur essential oil. That's what crude oil is. There we go, we've come full circle.
The Essentialosaurus.
Essentialosaurus.
The essentialist.
Wouldn't it be like
It's gonna realign
the
chakras.
pyramidosaur?
Sorry, Richard turned my computer off and did not turn it back on again.
Oh, Richard.
Richard,
Damn
you're
it,
such a
Richard.
prankster, Richard.
Gotcha. You've been offed.
Is that what you say to people in intensive?
Let's move on.
Right, okay. Good thing,
Dude.
good thing none of us are doctors. Alright, well, so last we left off... Alright, guys. So last we left off, you all got yourself into a fight with the king. There we go, let's go.
Let's go.
Alright, Mona, what do you want to do?
Attack king.
Alright, go ahead.
Attack king.
Attack the king.
Is that attacking
It's-
or attack king?
Zack attack.
Is this with is this to kill or to
No, we're keeping this guy alive.
just just
Please.
just for a bit of
We should
background.
maybe try not to kill him. Maybe.
Let's not stab this guy in the stomach.
I don't know, we're a lot better at murdering than we are at medicine.
That's why you got a cleric now.
We've got a
Yeah,
cleric,
you got-
we can
yeah,
bring him
yeah.
back.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, we could have. Yeah,
There is literally a cleric on hand.
just stab this guy a bunch and then heal him back up. It'll be fine.
Alright, okay, so yeah, Mona, what are you gonna roll your attacks?
What?
We're in the middle of a fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was not here last
Oh,
week.
you weren't, of course, yeah.
Oh god.
Okay,
I think we need to have a bit
yeah,
of
does anyone want to
explanation
explain how everyone got into this situation?
first. I will do this. So, last time on the Clive 5, we came a cropper to a plot. I will skip the first half of the session, just get to the second half. And there are wizards from Eshmolan who have been operating quite in the past, from what we know, about 20 years ago, in the area. When I say area, I mean quite large, like Port Dowron or that area. And a delegation came to VL from Port Dowron with a gift of a mirror to the king. We are already hearing the story about these wizards, and they're not doing great stuff.
They might be teaming up with evil orc people.
Who are the Dars Khan, which are Gothric's old clan.
Right.
And yeah, so that happened, and the king basically took the mirror upstairs to his quarters, which is where we are now. And the mirror has had some kind of effect on him, whereby it has kind of possessed him, and he was shouting things like "War, war, kill," and now
Also,
he's like
Pacino is there.
doubled in size, and now he's kind of like, as I think Zach said earlier, a Dark Souls boss, basically. So we last session. The current context is somebody who grappled him. Was it
Roxanne, yeah.
Roxanne's grappled him, and Gideon is trying to remove Curse. It looks a bit like we're trying to kill the king, but thankfully these dudes on the right have come in, and they can see what's up. They know that this is red-eyed fella going on. Gothric currently has the mirror on the ground with him, and the plan is for Gothric. I imagine, I don't know, he tried to smash it and it failed, so the next step is to throw it out the window, okay?
Wait. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
It is your turn.
It's your turn.
What
I
do you
want to
wanna
try and smash it with my magic fists, because my fists are magic, so it might
That's
work.
If you attack it, you do get knocked on the ground. You probably have seen Gothric get knocked on the ground several times trying to destroy the mirror.
But But did you have magic fists?
I did not have magic fists.
Did you take any damage being knocked on the ground?
I think I took a few points of damage.
I'm gonna try it. Can I punch the mirror?
Yeah, so that's over where Gothric is. Okay, so no, it's the other side of Gothric. So I can incur an opportunity attack.
He's grappled,
Weird.
right?
There's no opportunity.
He's grappled
attack.
and he'll have
Yeah.
disadvantage as
That's
well.
fine.
No, yeah.
So I hit him on my turn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because of
That's
thing,
26
yeah.
to hit.
That hurts.
That's going to be 15 slashing plus 15 necrotic damage.
Oh,
So
shit.
30 damage in total. Yeah, you run past him, he slashes out, slashes you up the back. Ugh! You feel this like raging energy burn through you. All right.
Okay.
And you're going to attack the mirror. All
Yeah.
right, make an attack. Okay, that hits. Okay.
Does it do anything?
Yeah, you're immediately knocked prone,
Ah,
and you
Told you.
and you take 5 points of damage.
worth a try. Does my magical hand do anything?
No. It just
Oh,
yeah, as you
okay.
punch into the mirror, boom, like some sort of weird force energy just like radiates back at you.
Okay. Cool. That's my turn.
Okay.
I guess.
Gothric.
Am I on the ground or?
I think you're prone at the moment. Actually, you may have stood up. I'll just say you're stood up.
Yeah. Okay. Where was the mirror? Not the mirror. The window.
The window is
It's just
it's this
on the
blue
left.
thing on the left over here.
Um.
Over here.
Okay. Can I maybe dash over there?
Yeah, pick the mirror up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pick that up.
I'm gonna. Right, and I guess I'm gonna. How far can I get?
Yeah, you can go over there.
I assume I can't also like throw it out as a bonus action.
Not unless you want to go out with it.
I'll let you roll a strength check. Athletics.
Athletics.
Yes. Try and get it through the window. Oh, nice.
Hey.
That's one.
Yeah, you sort of like just yeet it like a discus, and it just begins spinning through the like priceless stained glass windows, shattering out this tower. All this just shards of glass, and this mirror just yeets out the side of the building and begins raining down on the streets below. And you just see people like you see people screaming and just like running aside as this mirror just like falls down, and as it hits the
boy.
ground, it almost like lands there without even bouncing. It just like a heavy, like in Lord of the Rings, you know, where the ring falls on the ground, just bonk. It's just like that. It doesn't bounce. It doesn't take any damage. It's just shining there in the in the sort of dusk's light.
I turned back around. Didn't work.
Whoa, great.
Okay.
Yep, that's my turn, I guess.
Okay. Then after your turn, the Wolfram is going to use a.
I thought it's the guards.
Yeah, no, he's going to use a legendary action
Oh right.
to attempt to charm one of the guards. So that's going to be. Sorry, I need to get all my sheets back up. So that's a wisdom saving throw. Oh, what did they get? They got a 10. Okay, so this one, you watch as his eyes just begin to go red, and he just begins to like burn with like hateful energy as well. And begin to lash out at this one next to him, and then the other one's going to turn around and attack him back. So he's going to attack 3 times. Okay, so that's 3 hits.
Wasn't there a spell that Rainleaf was using? I can't remember what it was called. She was trying to use it each time. Let me tell you what it's called.
I don't know. She does have Dispel Magic.
I don't know if that will help though. You can try it. Hold on, let me find her thing on it.
17 minus.
Is she on?
20.
She's not even on the list of people, Maddie.
Oh, you don't have a character sheet on your thing, do you?
I do.
Just has them all.
All right. Okay. So then,
edited
so
together.
these two guards here just begin fighting amongst themselves, and then this other one is going to run up to the king, and try and restrain him, I guess. So it's a strength check again.
Isn't he already being grappled?
He's being grappled, but he's trying to like grab his arms and just try and like throw him on the ground.
All right.
I think I've got him in one of his arms.
Yeah, he's basically helping you out with that. Okay, and then all right. So now the king is on the ground with this guy sat on top of him, and you, Roxon, holding him down.
Mm.
Okay. All right, Rainleaf.
Broccoli in mouth, broccoli in mouth.
What?
Rainleaf is going to attempt to dispel magic
Spell magic.
on the
Okay.
king.
Roll that dice.
Roll that die.
That is.
Oh, it does not automatically do it.
That is not how you do that.
Okay, you watch as the dispel magic goes out, and his eyes flicker for a moment before they come back and begin burning even faster, and just with anger, and just like looks at Rainleaf. Like, "Urgh." But it seems to have a bit of an effect.
Okay, I'm just going to run just around the corner here.
Okay, all right, Roxanne. Get your rocks off.
Get my rocks
Hell yeah.
on. So he's currently pinned to the ground.
Yeah, he's. I'd say he's probably not even capable of attacking right now. With you two sort of just bearing on him. You've like got like one hand each, just holding him down as he's burning there.
Okay. Okay. I guess I guess can I still attack him with a great axe while I'm holding him?
I'd allow it.
Okay. I'll take one swingy at
Okay.
him.
With advantage.
With advantage. Yes.
Okay, that hits.
Oh, I forgot to put rages on. Good. Cool.
Okay, so that's going to be 18 damage.
Mhm.
Okay. Yep. Sinks into him.
How's he looking?
He's looking hurt.
Okay, I don't want to hit him again because I don't want to kill him. Maybe I'll just punch him.
Okay. Yeah, he's not looking like
Just don't-
it's not looking like almost on death's door.
Okay, we'll hit him one more time with the
You should
axe.
try and turn his helmet around so he can't see.
No, it might just do an Ash Ketchum and make him more powerful.
Actually, no, I won't do that. I'll hit him one more time with the axe, and if he's
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice.
oh. I don't. So this is my first crit on a barbarian. I think it's different, isn't it? You get brutal critical, so you can roll one
Are you that
additional
level
weapon
yet?
damage die when determining the extra damage. So I need to roll. So roll that, and then I need
Another
to do
D12.
yeah.
That's 9.
So it's basically savage attacks.
Yeah, but if you're a half orc, you basically get to roll twice.
Ah,
Well, it's not savage attack. It's not like
I've
savage
forgotten how
attack.
to. Hang on, I've forgotten how to use roll 20
Hmm?
Slash R.
How roll?
12.
slash R. One. Oh, that's what I was doing wrong. There we go. What? Slash R.
Space 1d12.
1d12.
Oh, 1D. Okay, that was one foot of space. Okay. If it's just taking forever to roll. Oh, 4.
Okay. All right.
Okay, yeah. So it's 3 plus 8
Ooh.
plus 11 plus 4.
Okay, there you go. Right, yeah. So, all right, there you go. Yeah, you smash down into him. Yeah, he's beginning to look pretty hurt. Scrimshaw.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna go at him with Avenger.
Okay, that hits.
25 to hit and 15 damage.
Okay.
How is he looking?
Yeah, he's looking potentially within your damage maximum.
Okay. I will. Hit him again.
Okay.
We have a cleric. 30 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And, another
Okay,
15.
how would you like to kill him?
Oh.
So not aiming for like the heart or the throat or anything like that. Just
Get him in the
going at,
stomach.
like the back of the leg.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you watch as you slash your blade in, the armor and the burning, raging energy begins to burst out, shooting past almost every orifice in his body, just like beams of burning light shooting out, and like this a scream of agony just like fills, ah! And then suddenly he just lies there for a moment. He shrinks back down. All right, and are you going to end your turn?
I'm not doing anything
Okay.
else.
All right. At the start of his turn, he regenerates. So you watch as for a split second, it looks like the fight's over, basically. But then suddenly he grows back to full size, burning in rage.
It is a Dark Souls.
Babies too.
Okay, so he
Oh dear.
yeah, so he just burns out, and then
Is he not grappled anymore?
yeah, he's still grappled. He's going to use his corrupted word pain.
Oh.
Can everyone within 10 feet of him make a DC 16 con save? Oh, I shouldn't tell you the DC, but there you go. It's 16.
Con save.
Okay. So, Mona, you're not within 10 feet of him, are you? No. Okay, so Roxanne and Gideon.
Oh
He's
yeah,
only
you
got
did.
11 now.
All right, so yeah, Gideon and Roxanne, you take 18 necrotic damage. And Scrimshaw and this guard takes 36.
So was
Ooh.
it 18? You said.
Sorry? 18.
Did you
Yeah,
say
yeah,
eight?
yeah.
8?
36 necrotic damage.
Oh.
Yeah, and then that's it. Okay.
You're cutting out a bit.
Am I cutting out?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it's okay then. So that's that. At the end of his turn, Gideon. Right. He is being held down by Roxanne and this guy. He can't move, so I'll let you just do a free touch for the remove curse.
Okay, yeah.
So you reach down and suddenly begin reciting this spell that you've never used before. But you touch his armor, and suddenly this like sort of radiant light begins to shine out of your hands and goes into each of these like cracks and crevices, almost like battling away the anger energy, and it's sort of like fighting it back. And you stress for a moment, and then suddenly it just overtakes him, and this like just almost white light just covers his entire skin for a moment, and you just watch as he just begins shrinking back to normal size until he becomes the regular Wolfram and doesn't seem to change back.
Well, how
Is,
is he?
the,
Huh?
Is, he
is the
looking
other
hurt?
guard still charmed or whatever?
The other guard is still charmed. Just assume.
It's just the same.
Yeah.
It's small.
Just assume that's fine. Okay. Anything else you want to do, Gideon?
No, just. I think
Yeah,
that's
he sort of
pretty
like rolls onto his back. He's like clutching at some wounds. He's still alive, and he goes, "Oh shit." Okay, Mona.
That'll be the axe.
This I'm gonna go to the charmed one.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a punch.
Okay.
Can it to try and stun it so it doesn't move?
Okay. All right, that hits.
Can it make a Constitution con save? Yes.
Con save.
Con save.
That is a natural 20.
Okay.
So that's 13 damage. Okay. Oh, that
Rough
hits. Another one.
Can I make another con save, please?
That's a 15.
That still beats
Okay.
it.
That's 10 damage.
Can
Punching him a lot.
Another?
Of times.
can you make it?
Guys,
Oh,
it's
save,
that's a
please?
that's a 13. That's a
Hmm?
13.
Well, I think my DC is 13.
Okay, he just passes then.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm just trying to stun him. I don't want to kill him, but if he's...
Yeah, these guards have a lot of HP because they're like the royal guards, you know.
That's good then.
Okay, and they do a lot of damage as well. All right, Gothric.
Woo!
I guess there's not really much I can do, seeing as we're trying to not kill this guard guy. I guess I'm just gonna, I guess I'm just gonna stand over by here, and I guess ready an action with my gun in case he somehow gets past and tries to, like, I don't know, stab the king or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
Or anyone who is, trying to hurt anyone. I'll just shoot him.
So if he attacks anyone.
Well, it's more like if he comes past and tries to hit anyone here.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Okay. All right, then it's his turn. Right, he's going to attack you 3 times, Morna.
Okay.
Actually, he's going to attack you twice, and he's going to attack the other guy once. That's a 10, a 13,
They both
and
miss.
15 on the other guy. That misses as well. Oh, okay, there you go.
Nice.
And then, so then this guard is going to attack back. Attack him 3 times. That's 23, an 11, and a 27. So they 2 are going to hit. That's 18 damage on the first hit. And 26 on the second. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that's not changing. Roll20 is being very helpful today.
Yeah, Roll20's having a moment.
Oh.
I can't. It's not letting me click my icon. Oh, it's letting me do it now. It's being very slow.
Yeah, it is being slow. Oh well. Okay. Right, Rainleaf.
Okay, Rainleaf's gonna pop around the corner and attempt to dispel magic on this guy.
Okay.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah. Okay. No, unfortunately, that doesn't do it.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Roxon.
Duck back round.
Rocks off. Right. So let's see here. Okay, I'm going to move. Can I move to? Can I move to there? I know there's like a little thing here, but
Oh,
actually, I'll just go here. I'll just go here.
I can't see anyone moving at the moment.
No, I just moved to there.
Can anyone see anyone else moving?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw rocks on
Yeah,
move.
Roxon moved.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you need to, like, refresh or something.
Yeah, my other screen seems to have picked it up, but this one doesn't. Weird. Oh, that means I'm going to be logged in on my other account now, aren't I? Is that right? Oh, for God's sake! Yeah, I need to relog in on Roll20. Yeah, because I logged into my camera account for my second screen, and then refreshing my page means that I log into that. So, ugh. All right. Well, we'll just have a bit of an intermission. Technical difficulties.
Cool.
Mike's computer, sponsored by Raid Shadow.
Raid Shadow Legends, brand new online experience.
And a brand new online experience. Okay, so what's by the way, Alex? What did you get for your attacks?
I haven't. rolled
yeah, if
anything
you
yet. I was.
Yeah, no.
planning
If
to
you
work.
do your turn, I'm
okay.
making my way back.
I was actually just gonna kind of grapple him,
You're gonna grapple him.
try
Okay.
and like a full grapple, big bear hug kind of thing. What do I roll for grapple?
It's an athletics check. What'd you get?
20.
20. Okay. Yeah, you grappled him.
Okay, he's in a big bear hug.
Nice. Okay.
Calm down. Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll just no, just hold
All right.
him.
Internety is being rather spaghetti today.
Big
So a
hug.
grapple only takes 1 attack to do.
Yeah, you have
no,
another
so
attack if you want.
Yeah, so like you could try.
Okay,
put
I'll
him
do-
prone, for example, with the other one.
What? Put him prone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So you
I'll
can-
throw him down.
Throw down, boy.
Fucking UFC, mate. What do you need me to roll to do that? It's
There's another
athletics.
athletics check.
That's 21.
21.
25.
So I knock him prone.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
hold him
Nice.
down,
Cool. He is prone.
and he's held.
Oh my god.
Bitch.
Everything is so slow all of a sudden. Wah! Big wah. Alright, I'll just put that there maybe? Maybe that'll help. Okay, yes, so, right, okay. Who's next? Scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw is not gonna go over there because he is very hurt.
Mhm.
Instead, he is going to check on the king.
Okay. Yeah, the king is sort of like scurrying back on his arse, basically, just like clutching at his wounds, going, oh, like, what's happened?
Basically, kind of just trying to make sure he's not like bleeding.
Yeah,
out or
yeah, he's
anything.
not in the
He's
process of
okay.
dying right now. Oh my goodness. Roll 20, please. Okay. All right. Right, Wolfram's turn. Yeah, he just scurries back against the bed and begins to just like brace himself against the bed frame. And he's just like, oh, fuck. Okay. And he's like, those Tazikos bastards. Right, Gideon.
All right. Gideon's gonna kind of do the golden touch again.
Mhm. Okay.
But I think before that, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna ask, guys, do you want me to actually remove this curse?
I don't think it's a. I don't think it's a curse. It's like a charm or something. Didn't like he said it was like a charm. We wouldn't
Well-
really know. I mean, yeah. I mean, we don't want him to try and kill us.
I was thinking more for testing. I've got about 2 seconds probably left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is your decision, Gideon.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
it.
All right. So yeah, because Roxanne's got him down on the ground. That's fine. All right. You go through, and again, this bright beam of light just begins fighting away at this energy. It's a lot weaker this time as well, and you manage to hold him down and ride out the worst of it together. And then there you go. The fight is over. As you watch as the guard collapses to the ground, just like panting, just like sweating profusely as well. And you see the king now beginning to wrap himself up with bandages, going, "Oh, it's so cold." Ugh.
Which window did you throw this mirror out of?
This window. Over here.
And now it's just on the floor when there's loads of people
There's like
around.
there's
right?
like screaming coming up.
Is it gonna curse the whole city?
I thought it would break it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see if I can go and get it.
Okay, are you just gonna?
Yes.
Are you like jumping out the window, or are you gonna run down?
How far down is it?
It's probably 100 feet.
Can I fall that far? Sorry, I'm just
You can
gonna.
run down that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run down it. I
Okay.
can dash 90 feet.
Okay.
In 6 seconds.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna run down it and pick it up and then run back.
Okay,
up.
yeah. So like a big crowd is starting to form around, but you look as you look in the mirror, you notice that just like whatever horrible energy it had before, just seems to be a mirror now. Like you pick it up, you're not turned into anything, you're not possessed by anything.
I hate it enough.
But you do hear as you go down, you do hear a sort of a almost like the cries of battle, almost just like carried off in the winds. And like this, like screams of people dying and stuff. But like you look around, there's obviously nothing happening. And then you like look up and you see this like red shadow just like slipping off into the distance, like way off, like in the air.
Okay, I'm gonna run back up to the room with the mirror.
Okay, so that
I can
that
do
takes a
that.
bit longer. I mean, you could dash up the walls actually. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you can back up. What's everyone else doing?
I assume Rainleaf's gonna heal people, so I'm not gonna bother giving people potions. Is she gonna like heal the king, or?
So Rainleaf's just gonna put out a prayer of healing,
Oh, right, okay.
and that's upcast. She's gonna do a prayer of healing at level 4,
Ah, thank you.
Okay.
Everybody get
and that takes 10 minutes. So people can
everybody
discuss stuff
cuddle
while
for
that's
10
happening.
minutes.
Okay.
Gothric's just gonna make sure the king's doing alright while this is happening.
Yeah, he's
know,
he's shivering.
like he's rattled.
Yeah, he is pretty
And she's gonna
rattled.
follow in Saka's tradition of rolling shit on healing.
Well, it's
14.
Saka's character, so
This is true.
guys, that
What?
puts me on 69 health.
Nice.
Nice.
okay. Yeah, so the king, after a few moments, seems to have gotten over most of the shock and is like looking over to you, and he says, "You saved me. For those moments, all I knew was just hatred and war."
Just did you hear anything? Like, I don't know. Was the mirror like whispering anything to you, or?
I heard the chanting of drums of war. I heard the playing of flutes and panpipes, and I heard the clashing of the sounds of battle.
Oh,
And above
I heard them.
all of that, it was a voice, a man's voice, saying, "There is only war."
do you know what? I heard those as I was getting the mirror back from up downstairs. I heard the sounds of battle and cries and things like that going off into the distance, as well as a big red cloud moving away from the Wiener Castle.
Yes.
Moving away from the castle.
What did the man's voice sound like? Did he have like any accents, or?
It sounded like I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's almost as if it was inside my head.
But did he like have any? Like the voice, did it have like an accent, or like did it sound like he came from a specific area?
No, it just sounded like almost like the voice you have inside your head when you're thinking.
Oh, like a conscience.
Yes, almost, but it was definitely something external as well.
Did mine sound like a woman's voice?
You didn't hear.
Did I not hear any talking?
You didn't have any specific talking. No, it was almost
Oh.
like just the distant clashing of battle cries and sounds.
Okay.
My king, you might be still in danger. Who knows what?
We're at
can't know.
we're at war now. I'm always in danger.
Pacino, he mentioned it was Pietro's idea to give you the mirror.
I thought as much. I did not expect Pietro to be so brazen in his attempts to kill a king.
I don't think. I think maybe what was meant to happen. I'm not too sure. I'm starting to think maybe the attempt was to have us kill you or something like that. Have you be murdered by. Have you attack someone and have them murder you in self-defense? Maybe.
I would think if they were going to do that, they wouldn't have made him into what he was. Maybe something
That's what I
deeper.
mean. Like. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
He sort of like begins holding his head, and he says like, "When I close my eyes, like he's sort of like rubbing his eyes, and he's like, as I'm rubbing my eyes, I see figures, I see armies marching.
Do you know where?
They don't look like human armies. They look like dwarfs. They look like dwarfs going into battle in a icy plain against elves."
Like mystery inside and type stuff, or
Yeah, that sounds like what he's describing.
right.
So a view of the past, perhaps.
It seems that way.
Yes, there are no human buildings. There are no farmsteads. There are no barns. There are only strange ancient technologies. I see.
Why would a Eshmilian wizard bother himself with a war in Orthaid? Or
I mean, didn't his friend die in the war in the Commonwealth?
that was the Civil War. That was a lot later than these events here. These are, thousands of years ago, nearly.
Yeah, maybe the wizard's serving someone else.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to say that this is connected to everything we've been doing, but we know a lot of people who are interested in the mystery inside that war at the moment.
This is true.
Uh,
I think we need more words with Pacino, and I think we also need to consider other things, options that I wasn't considering before.
The king stands
Whoa.
and he says, "You have my leave to do whatever you want with that bastard. You'll
Excellent.
pay."
Does anyone want to accompany me to Pacino?
Guthrie, before you do anything rash, let's just think about this. We already know there's a tense political situation going on. I can't help but feel it will make things worse.
Oh, I was just like hoping maybe there was some way any of you could magically make him tell the truth or something.
Saka is gonna pipe up and
Not
say,
Saka.
Oh my god, Richard! Oh my god!
and say, brains. No, I'm Ash. Brainleaf.
Oh my gosh, it's alive.
Too soon, dude.
Brainleaf is going to pipe up and say, I can't make him tell the truth. Sorry, I cannot make him tell the truth, but I can tell if he is telling the truth. But I can only do this tomorrow.
Right. I guess we need to make sure he doesn't die by then.
Well, yeah.
If the king has other clerics on hand, they will probably be able to do the same thing. Yeah?
Your accent's changed a
The
bit.
king says, "Are you able to bring Illyriel here?"
Matt, do you want to try it?
Uh,
I mean, sorry, Gideon.
Who's Matt? I don't know
Yeah.
a Matt.
Sorry.
What a strange name Matt is.
I mean, I can try, and I mean they're pretty busy. From what I know, Aaron and Illyrio, they went off to scout ahead to Nordhorn. Because
yeah.
Joanne Nordhorn blew up.
What a surprise.
Matt skimmed over that part.
I see. There might be a couple more things that crop up in the next session, and then it's just like, oh yeah, this happened as well, by the way.
I also might have brutally murdered someone with a bit too much pain than is necessary.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really want to disturb them, to be honest. I mean, if we start contacting them, who knows? They might be trying to be magically secretive and don't want to get found.
Gideon, can you scry by any chance?
I cannot scry, unfortunately.
Do you?
I'm sure there are plenty of wizards around here that can, though, and I'm Wolfram. If this is something, why do you need this?
I would need someone who's very discreet. I might have an idea for a lead as to how we can, perchance, figure out what's behind the mirrors.
What level spell is Scry?
Is level 5, I think.
I think it's 5. I just don't have it.
Could we buy it?
Oh, we could.
Rainleaf is going to pipe up and say, I can do this scrying, but we will have to wait until tomorrow, as I do not have it prepared today.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a nap now. Have a sleep now.
Right in this room.
We will also need some things to do this.
What kind of things?
A focus worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, such as a crystal
It's
ball,
yours.
silver miller,
We
or
have-
font
I have
filled
one.
with holy water? Thank you very much. Yes, so if we are not able to do this sooner, then I can do this tomorrow.
All right. I. Okay. Sure. I guess we can't really do much until tomorrow then.
Seems that way.
Is there a way any of us could, even without scrying, is there some way for us to locate someone magically?
Well, you could send a message to them and then have them answer,
don't-
but not someone. Only if you're friends.
I don't think we're friends right now.
Who you chatting about?
I can locate someone if they are within 1,000 feet.
I don't think they're
Do you
within
know
1,000 feet.
It's like, actually, they are. What?
Fucking cleric spell list, so big. And, well, it's smaller than wizard, but it's all available.
Yeah. It's clerics.
Yeah, cleric, man. They're good.
Alright, I guess we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow to do anything.
Okay, the king dusts himself off and he stands up and he nods to his guards. He says, get that one a bath and some medical attention. The rest of you, you need to be outside this door at all times. Nothing comes in or out here without my permission. This palace without my permission. And then the guards
Can we come in and out?
with my permission.
Cool.
What about the window? I mean, something could potentially come in that way.
Well, I have my finest masoners working on it overnight. I'm going to stay in the guest bedroom. As for you, are you okay with staying in your current accommodations, or would you like to stay in the palace?
I mean, if you're offering, that sounds generous.
You just did save my life.
Might be good for us to stick around in case someone tries to finish the job.
Very well.
Well,
Yeah.
Right, you will have a bedroom each on the floor just below me. There are stairs that you can get to me really quickly. My guards will be posted here. If you need to speak to them about anything, they will be available to you. I'll make sure that they know your faces. As for all of you, thank you. I would probably be dead without you.
Not the first time I've saved you.
Not the first time I've saved
Sure it
you.
won't be. I'm sure it won't be the last.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you all.
Ooh.
I ship it.
Yes.
The sexual
Yeah,
tension.
He started off as the stable boy.
Oh no!
No, cut.
Started off as
No,
the Duke and the stable
no.
boy.
Right.
Going back to the
Richard.
All right. Okay. So, yeah. So you're just going to stay in the palace tonight. You're not leaving the palace, or
Yeah.
probably gonna stick around.
Okay. So
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have an explore though.
yeah. Whereabouts would you like to explore?
I don't know. Gideon will just do one of his wonders.
Okay. So the actual.
Oh.
Oh yeah. What's
I'd quite like to wander around the palace as well.
Yeah, Mona can come with me.
Nice.
Did you want to talk about anything?
No.
Just says nothing the whole
Just-
time.
Do the shit.
All right. So the floor you are all on is maybe it's like the second to top floor basically. It's got about 10 guest bedrooms. They're all quite large. They've all got like a double bed, enough accommodations. It's basically like this is like high standard living. You know, like it's nice. And then
Nice.
below that is just a bunch of just like meeting rooms, like for the next few floors, and then there's like a large sort of lounge, and then there's a big dining hall, and then at the bottom, the actual whole castle sort of opens up a bit, and there's a bunch of different rooms. There's like the formal throne room where people will come in and speak to the king about various things, and then there's there's like a massive dining hall for massive feasts. That's where you all met the king before the talks and stuff, and then there's then there's just a bunch of other things. There's like there's kitchens and stuff. Like it's just a working palace, to be honest. There's not actually as much space as you might think there is, but yeah, it's all the king's. Is there anything particularly you like to do? There is a library as well, if you wanted to have a route around there.
Oh yes, yes.
Okay. So the library is attached to the main part of the building on the east side of the castle. It's this pretty large library. It's not as big as the Magisterium's library in Baratheon, but it is pretty big. It's maybe 60 feet by 60 feet across, and it's got, you could probably estimate maybe 2,000 books in there. Other than that, it's all sorts of weird stuff. It's mostly, weirdly, the history of... Oh, it's not weirdly. The history of like Tarsat is all there, and then or just like accounts of like almost every lord and lady in the whole kingdom and in the Free Cities as well. And then there's only a small amount of actual knowledgeable reading. It's not magisters who are here. It's like mostly accountants and bureaucrats.
Is there like a book that has like a list of lords and ladies in the realm?
Well, there's loads of those. There's like
Alright,
books for the entire family histories of each of the main houses and stuff.
Can I find one that's like not fully written?
Yeah.
Do they exist?
Yeah, I mean, they add each of the books. They add like whenever like a lord and lady has a kid, they just add a new page to the book, basically.
Okay. All right. I want to look. Is there anyone else in the library?
Not currently. It's quite quiet. There's more. There's
Alright,
well.
I wanna
There's
write,
Morna.
Hey Mona, do you think this will be funny?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
You know, in Port Belron, I was Lord Gideon of Mansford.
Yeah.
And I put myself as a lord in this book.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Do it.
We are lords, right?
No.
Are we lords and ladies? But didn't we get some land?
We did get land. You're
Does that
correct.
not make us lords and ladies?
I don't know if how the official thing works. I mean, there's probably a book in here that can answer that question for you, Mona.
Nice.
You definitely
Um,
weren't knighted or made a lord.
Yeah, I know.
Can
You're just people with
can I
land.
Can I put add a page for myself, Lord Gideon of Mansford,
Yeah, if you want.
please?
Yeah. Okay.
And just a bunch of random details.
All right. Okay. You just put your wiki post.
Slayed a dragon single-handedly with his bare fists.
Your handwriting is way worse than the nicely artisanal magister handwriting that is in there.
Oh, can I help? Is that okay if I help you?
Hey, Mona, what do you mean? I write all the time. My handwriting is going to be a lot better than
It's
yours.
legible. Oh, it's not actually.
Well, go on then. Do some
Alright.
writing.
Can I roll a check with forgery
Yeah,
kit,
sure.
of which I'm proficiency proficient? Thank you.
There's no way she's a. I've been writing for years, Mona. There's nothing you have. That can
Mona does like
possibly
one of
write
those
that.
massive, like in SpongeBob, that massive T, like the, like really quickly, and you're like, ooh.
That's really bad, Mona. And
I knight you, Lord Gideon of Mansford.
Nice. This is
Place
the
my
greatest
hand on
honor
either
of my
shoulder.
life.
Nice.
Hey, do you need another book or something? Do you want to be a lady? This is quite fun.
No, I'm okay.
All right, I kind of closed the
Okay.
book and put it back in the shelf.
I would like to see if there's a book about. Now, the place I'm from is called Farandor, right?
Faranor.
Faranor. If there's a book just about the history of that, because I don't really know much about where I grew up, and it'd be interesting to learn something about
Yeah, there's
it.
like there's
a little history
there's
book.
like a basic there's like a history of Orthaid. Actually, there's the history of Orthaid by Zaza Azazan, which is a couple of pages of that you guys have seen before. Yeah, the part on Faranor is quite limited. It's not massive, but it basically is that during the Lavari Empire, Faranor was like one of the biggest regions. It was biggest farming area in the whole of Orthaid. It has like really lush, fertile valleys, and it was also the first to break away. When the Red Jedi horsemen began invading from the east, so Faranor basically became one of the strongest countries and just stayed that way for 1,000 years.
Cool.
But there's a bunch of history, but that's really all you're getting for tonight.
No, that's fine. I just so I could give it a read over the night.
Yeah, that's cool.
just take it with me. I assume we're allowed to take like books out as long as they're not from out of the castle, right?
You don't know.
Do I not know? Is there anyone to ask?
You could ask a guard, but they'd say like just you're here the guest of the king. Just do what is respectful, basically.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it out to my room then. No, won't take it out the
Yeah,
castle.
cool. All right. All right. Is there
Yeah,
anything
could
else
even
anyone?
just like spend
Oh yeah, what's that?
an hour just reading stuff.
Mhm.
Doesn't, I mean, just as a character, kind of. It doesn't have to be anything specific.
Anthropology.
I mean,
Why not? Okay, that's cool. Right. Is there anything else anyone wants to do for the night?
I would like to continue trying to study the of Gothric's gun
Okay.
to
So you've just come into Gothric's room whilst he's just cleaning out his gun.
yeah. Pretty
Hello.
Oh,
Because he does have his gun with him at all times. He loves this thing.
well, I just thought I'd join you in helping to maintain your gun.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, I have the thing where I can, and I just like cycle through a bunch of different weapons.
it's
Like, obviously,
it's
I
like a
can do
video
this.
game selection screen, like. Doop,
Yeah,
doop.
pretty much.
I'd like to go over I'd like to go over what Sax told me about how the gun works with Scrimshaw, whatever limited things he told me about it,
Mhm.
and like the mechanics there in case Scrimshaw was missing anything.
Yeah. Do you have a basic idea of how guns work, Zach? Like the old flintlock guns.
I assume there's powder in their shot, and it sends the shot flying. That's about as much as I know.
Yeah, that's pretty much as Gothric knows about the gun.
Do I come out knowing more or less?
Probably a bit less. You probably had some ideas, and Gothic has made you a bit more confused. It's like
Gothic tells you some superstitious orc stuff about like spirits and guns.
yeah.
It's like, oh, I thought they were just mechanical. Oh, okay.
Oh no, there's like spirits and things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of just working ever closer to that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you spend the night. You don't seem to make much progress. Like you might, if you want to really get into the process of working out how this gun is made, you might need to actually go to Lucenia and make a gun at that shop. And then you'll probably be able to do it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
Gothric's also going to IRL start making one of those
IRL.
Conspiracy things. Like how the joke is, how like I said yes last time, like he has that whole thing in his head where he's just connecting things. He's actually going to do it on the wall,
okay.
like connecting threads to things, looking crazily at Scrimshaw now and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. It's like that Always Sunny in Philadelphia thing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah. Pepe Silva. Is it Pepe Silva?
Pepe Silver.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Pacino Silva.
All right. So, all right. The night comes to an end then, unless anyone wants to do anything particularly else.
No.
All right. So then, the next day in the morning, everyone has had a nice rest. Oh my god, the beds are amazing. The food was nice in the evening.
Oh my god.
Like proper sort of feathered duvets and mattresses, and not just like sleeping on the floor or in a ditch somewhere.
Do we get a super long rest?
You get a long rest.
Oh.
To get the well-rested feet for 8 hours. Skyrim.
God damn it.
Yeah. So
Gothric's gonna go find Rainleaf, then chat about scrying. And he's going to describe Badran to the best of his ability.
Okay.
See if hopefully we can have some idea of where he is.
Do you want to describe Badran?
I don't think we really went over what he looks like.
Just-
I assume kind of similar, kind of greyish skin to Gothric.
Okay.
Shaven head, particularly large, kind of like the orkiest orc that ever orked. A big face tattoo, that kind of thing.
Okay. So, do you have any pictures of him? Do you have?
Gothric's tried to draw something, and it looks
that-
miserable.
Believe it or not, that does help. Do you have anything that he gave you? Any items, a weapon, some clothing?
I don't think he gave me any of my weapons or anything. I assume I just got that from regular orcish
Yeah.
stuff.
Any money that he happened to have given you?
Probably not by now.
Pardon?
Nah, you wouldn't have any money for that.
No, it probably just been random riches.
Yeah, it was too long ago.
Then I suppose you do not have any of his body parts then.
Actually, I was carrying his finger with me this whole time. No. No.
Okay, so this might be quite difficult. He will have some level resistance to the spell.
I just want to find some way of figuring where he is. I feel like if we know where Badran is, we can figure out where the wizard is.
Have you considered maybe we should just look for drow attacks in the area, or maybe just orc attacks in the larger area?
I don't think it'd be orc
I
attacks.
did not see you there.
Hello.
It would definitely be drow attacks. I assume we can, like,
Or we could just get ourselves in trouble again. A trap. Make a trap for them.
that's actually not a bad idea.
A trap for us,
Uh,
but
I
not
mean-
actually for us. It's for them.
well done, Roxanne. That was very smart of you.
I
They
like it.
they want me, right?
They want you, so we give you. Well, we pretend to give you to them. I mean,
So we tie you to a cart track, and they'll just come,
We
right?
could always dress up Gideon in his little girl's dress,
hey,
tie
I've
him
never
to a
told
train
you
track,
about that.
and then he can scream in.
It's okay,
Oh,
we told him.
Everybody. They all told me.
We definitely told him. I told him when we were drinking that one time.
We can tie you up somewhere, and you can scream like a damsel in distress.
Hmm.
Then maybe they'll come over.
I suddenly don't like this idea, but I mean, if it's what we have to do.
We could
I
just
mean,
tie a girl up instead of. I mean, actually, no, don't worry.
could make a deal with him, like offer me to. You could like message Badran, and offer me to him for gold and riches.
I don't think I can message people I haven't met before.
Yeah, you have to meet them.
All right.
And I doubt I could spend time teaching you the spell because, you know, I don't think you're quite up to it.
Yeah.
I could find them with my navigator's tools. I pull out my compass and be like, which way is he? Because I don't have anything to contribute to the conversation.
You just look at a compass and you...
Scrimshaw
Nice.
just kind of like puts a hand on her shoulders, like, "Don't worry, I can't help either."
I mean, hang on. An item that they might have had, right? I pull out one of the arrows, the poisoned arrows. It might not lead us to Badran, but it might lead us to one of the orcs or the wizard, right? I mean, we could try it with Badran,
Possibly.
but
Welcome to try.
would I also know of any other orcs there that I could also potentially name for
Well, you
other
could do
cases?
a place as well with scrying.
Alright, I mean, they attacked us quite far from the Grey Mountains, right?
I'm pretty sure you could do a place, can't you?
Instead
you
of
know-
targeting
I
a
mean,
creature,
Gopher,
you
don't
can
you know
choose a
where they're-
location you have seen before as a target of the spell. So
Oh yeah, Rainleaf.
Rainleaf would need to have seen
Yeah,
it.
Rainleaf hasn't, but Gothic has.
mean-
Yeah, like Rainleaf will only ever have really as much as just having heard about secondhand. Like even with that,
Yeah.
even with that arrow, it's not Badran's arrow. So
Right.
Haven't you been to where the tribe? Surely you know. Are they nomadic or?
Would they move around, or was it more just we were attacking people around the Grey
you tend
Mountains?
to stay around the same place in the Grey Mountains.
All right. Yeah. No, we'd. But like, this is quite far from the Grey Mountains, right? Or...
Well, no, you're sort of from. Yeah, well, your tribe is from the Grey Mountains. It's
Yeah.
from in this sort of bit over here.
I mean, we've got things to do and we're quite busy at the moment, but we could always go there.
I
we can
mean-
port to our stats quite easily.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We could start heading over to Deed and go there from there or whatever.
I think that would be fine.
Yeah.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
What happened? So Nordhorn exploded. Did you speak to Lyriel? Anyone or Erin? We
He
just
told us.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And she went over there to investigate.
Okay, cool. I assume she'll message us if we need they need us then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she
okay.
said.
Okay, that's great. Just wanted to check. I couldn't remember.
I guess we're. So, what's the plan then? We're heading to Deed, or?
Well,
Well-
there were a couple of matters before.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Do we need to talk to Pacino as well?
yes, we'll go into a question, Pacino.
Yes.
If we, I can use my zone of truth now. I have it prepared. I have somehow turned French. I'm not sure how this happened.
Is there a way to hide the casting? Like, is it noticeable that you're casting it, or?
I do not think we can really hide it.
But why would he, have to tell a lie?
This would
I
be-
mean, if he knows what it is, he could just keep his mouth shut.
I mean, actually, we can. I can always cast a spell like, I don't know, Mordecai's Private Sanctuary, and then if we cast the spell within it, he might not know. I don't know. It's just an idea.
Does it have to be someone you can see?
Is what?
it's an AOE.
Yes, it's zone
Okay.
of truth. So
I mean, we could always blindfold him.
Is it concentration?
It is not, but
So surely if you cast it, it will stay there if you don't have to concentrate on casting it, right? So you could cast it before he gets there.
I'm only asking because I did make a promise not to torture anyone. So, this is the only other way I see getting information that is reliable out of this man.
we cannot guarantee that he gives us the information.
Isn't
We can guarantee that any information he does give us is true. He can be tricky with his words, but they cannot be lies.
Alright.
Hey, one request for something we ask Don Pacino. You know when we went and witnessed the assigning of Pietro del Colti as the Archon?
mm-hmm.
I'd like to know why.
Yes, me as well. I mean, it was Pietro's idea for the mirror, so he obviously has connections to the wizard. You don't think Pietro's the wizard?
I mean,
Oh, he was quite powerful when we dealt with the rock thing. When Darius got snatched up by it. Is it Darius?
Yeah, he seemed fairly reliant on items to do that.
I guess.
If he was magically powerful, why didn't he use it to keep his safe secure?
well, for all we know, he let that happen.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Well, I'm only saying all this because I think it's important to have our facts straight when we go into this.
I want to know if he does actually know anything about the Red Wizards, and if not, then
Okay.
Okay, so first order of business. Would we like to start with the interrogation, or would we like to go and find this pattern that you speak of?
I mean Pacino's like right under us, so I think it would be kind of
Oh, I mean-
strange
I
to
mean,
go all the way over there and
Oh,
then
sorry.
go back.
I mean to attempt to scry on him.
I guess we scry first and then try chatting with the Chino.
All right.
Okay, fine with me. Let us go find this crystal ball or focus of some kind.
Okay, so there's a couple of guards who have just placed it in one of the spare rooms down below the king's floor. So they lead you into a room which basically just has a crystal ball in the center of it.
Okay. Going to prop up the little painting that Gothric so artistically.
It's basically just like a stick figure with like a big club and an angry face. And a big old face tattoo.
Hey, I think I recognise him.
Ravenleaf's just going to start chanting Badran, 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 and for about 10 minutes.
Okay. So she
And cast.
Yeah,
Scry.
she begins to look into the orb, and as she casts the spell, the sort of radiant energy of Anciliara begins to shine within the crystal ball, and the clouds begin to open up, and you see from just for a split second, a couple of tips of mountains poking through the clouds, and then it just empties, and she's just like, oh.
Do I recognize those mountains?
No,
Like, does
it
look
just
like...
didn't hold. Like,
Right.
it was just a couple of rocks through the cliff for just a split second.
I guess he's still in the mountains then.
I could not find him. I saw the mountains. Beyond that,
I mean, I know where they were in the mountains unless they moved.
Well, we can potentially follow the trails and this. I think we can work on that when we get there.
Yeah.
do we really wish? Do we wish to go into the mountains? That far?
We need to. Badrans are only real. Outside of Pacino, Badrans are only real living lead on the mirrors. I think, unless we can beat it out of him, we're gonna have to try and negotiate for info.
I mean, I appreciate your optimism, Gothric, but this isn't just about that. Remember, I feel like there's more to this that you're talking about. You seem pretty keen on wanting to investigate this. I mean, we could be doing anything, but this is your old orc tribe. I can't help but feel there's a reason you're pushing this so much.
Quite simply, I thought they were gone. I thought I didn't have to deal with them anymore. Turns out I was wrong, and the only real way to get them away from me is to make them go away.
What did you do?
I left. They didn't like it when I left.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe they'll welcome you back with open. Why didn't they like it when you left?
They're a tribe of basically bandit murderers.
Right. Oh, were you a bandit murderer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was part of that just to cook.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Inside check.
Learning a lot about you here. Were you any good?
I was respected for it.
Oh, why did you leave then?
They wanted me to do something I wasn't okay with.
What was that?
They wanted me to kill a kid.
Oh, fair.
I don't kill kids.
I don't like killing children either. I can understand that.
Another kind of back moment, Joanne. Basically, I don't know if Gothric wants or Zach wants to add something on this. But that child he referenced is alive, as far as we know, as far as Gothric knows, indeed. And it's kind
Which
of
is
like
why he wants to go there.
to check on her.
Oh, is that like your child now?
It's
Do you
not
feel
my
like
kid.
a parent
No, I gave it to like her uncle.
that you feel like she.
No.
Okay, not
think that-
fatherly. Okay. Oh well. Okay. Well, we need to go to Steed anyway for scrimmage. I don't know what we're waiting for. That's a good idea. I understand now. Cool.
Lady Kessera and Miss Illyrial Jane and is announced by one of the guards as you see Erin walk in, looking quite dirty, but she nods at you all. She says, "Hello. I told you I wouldn't be long."
How was it?
How was it?
What?
Are there mutants there?
What's that? Sorry.
Were there mutants there?
Onions.
Mutants.
Oh,
They do sound rather similar.
No. Actually, we were relieved to see the damage wasn't great as great as we were first described by our little spies, but there is a sizable crater where the town was in the side of the cliff face.
Is everyone dead?
I don't know. I didn't stay to look for very long.
Oh,
It's not a
God.
safe area. So of course our next port of call was to scry on Amon, who we discovered has moved to the Dancing Coast. Him and Merith, we overheard. Well, Illyriel overheard that they were talking about the Iron Pariah, and it seems that they were talking about some apparition of the Iron Pariah, which they managed to bind to the sword. So the Iron Pariah hasn't been raised; his essence has been attached to the sword, and they were actually talking about looking for some armor to hold him. But we overheard that they were seeing how their first test of using this apparition of rage would go out, and I'm sure that you probably, and now after having spoken to the king, probably have an idea of what sort of abilities that might have. I told the king about this, and he is 100% confident that Pietro, Amon, and Merith are working together to overthrow him.
What a surprise! It's not like we.
So what side are we on?
I assume.
I assume. Like, I'm sorry, this is just out of character because I was not here last week. I just want to be clear. We don't like. Wait, Don Pacino, is he good or bad?
Bad, super bad, evil.
We don't know.
It's a bit up
Okay,
in
we
the air.
don't know. Right.
He gave the guy the mirror, so I'm pretty sure he's
But he
evil.
might have not
A
known.
little
It
bit
was-
judgmental.
He also was the one that wanted Pietro in charge.
There was a bit of trying to execute
No.
the messenger here.
He didn't want Pietro in charge.
He did.
Yeah, no,
He's
he
an
did.
ambassador.
I'm pretty sure like
No.
Pacino's the one that was like pushing for Pietro to be the.
Yeah, Pacino
Oh, someone else.
did put Pietro forward first out of everyone.
So who was it that took us aside and was like, I don't want Don
That was
him.
Mahir.
Oh,
Who's
I'm
gone
getting them
missing?
Confused. Sorry. Okay, yeah, that's what I was
And
confused
also
about.
Mahir's gone
Sorry.
missing as well. That was another thing from last session.
That's sensible that he would run.
And like the last message he sent was that I think people were after him, like the Dancing Coast. So I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Well, I think that we need to go to Port Deveron ASAP and rescue Clive.
Have you guys noticed that as soon as we try and, sort out our own personal problems, something bad happens again in the world and we have to stop?
Yeah.
Well-
What if they kill Clive?
Just stop just before you get derailed.
Sorry.
We were talking, Illyriel and I, and Amon was talking about this suit of armor that they were looking for. But we managed to track down two places that in Orthaid where we may know about this suit of armor, and one of them, Skirmisher, is actually your master's old tower.
So we're going to Deed.
But there also is another place that Illyriel and I will not be able to get into, which is the Arcanum in Lavar.
We may struggle slightly ourselves.
I'm not sure I want to be going around there, to be honest. I mean,
they need both armors, right?
No. It's
no,
actually the location of the armor. We think if anywhere's going to have it, it's either going to be the archives in Farinor, which Illyriel said that she was happy to go to, Scrimshaw's Tower, which we just assumed that you would be okay going to, and then the Arcanum in Lavar, which we'd have to maybe think about. If all else failed, it might be the Arcanum that would hold something like that. The location of the armor.
I mean, we were gonna be heading there from Deed anyway, so I guess we have more reason to go to your master's tower and figure out what the fuck's going on there.
I mean, I hate to call it convenient, but it kind of is.
Well, your master was one of the most powerful wizards in Ortheid, and he has gone missing. And he is one of the oldest wizards in the known world.
Would he know anything about the Red Wizards?
I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would have a lot of information on that sort of thing.
Alright, we're going there then.
All right.
Let's go to Deed.
Shall we,
To deed!
Indeed.
shall we see if the king needs our help with the questioning, or
I mean, we're gonna go to Pacino first, I imagine, then go to deed.
well, he may have his own clerics that look to do the questioning. That there's people that do this professionally.
I mean, we do have our own questions for him as well.
That's true.
I just don't want him to be dead before we get back.
Okay, Rainleaf's going to ask for some breakfast wine and then some breakfast wine.
Okay, some breakfast vine.
Really?
There's wine
That's great.
everywhere. It's a palace.
There's wine everywhere, it's a palace.
Pretty true.
Do they have
That
any
is true.
Aryan oranges?
Okay, so
Oh my
so
fucking
yeah,
god.
what's the plan?
We're gonna go question Pacino and then I imagine head off to deed.
Okay. So you make your way down into the dungeons once again. The guards lead you. You watch. There's outside the dungeons now. There's like 4 times the amount of guards before. Like the king has just raised the amount, like a massive amount of just like guards just everywhere he can in this palace, and they're just like every door and whatever is full of them. So. Going down in the dungeons, once again it's dark. Bringing a torch in there, you light the way over to where Pacino is. He's chained up there, but he sort of seems like he doesn't seem too unfazed. He's just sort of like sitting upright, just sort of like with back upright, his eyes closed, sort of almost meditating. And sort of as he notices you approach, he says, you're back, of course, about time.
Hello again.
How can I help you?
Yes, we're here. We're here to ask a few questions, and apologies for the lack of trust. But
You did try to kill the king.
I mean,
I did not do any such thing. And
that'll come
a
up.
court would find the court very unlikely to find me guilty of such things either.
If you would, so it sounds like you don't really have much to hide in terms of telling us things. So, would you be willing to submit to some questioning?
Submit to some questioning?
Yes.
Sounds like you're planning on doing it anyway.
Well,
It's not wrong.
So you might as well ask your questions. Whether it doesn't matter whether I submitting to it or not. You can ask.
Got a point.
well, but
We were just trying to be polite, mate.
would you
Like, honestly.
Yeah,
Are you willing to cooperate?
I will wait and see. We may be enemies now.
I hope that doesn't come to be. I hope that you're innocent in all this.
Is there anyone really innocent in all this?
Yes, we are.
There you go again.
That's a
You're
little-
just
that's a
so
little more
fucking
philosophical.
ominous.
That's a little more philosophical than we're looking to get into today.
What can I help you with?
If you could just allow this to wash over you, Rainleaf, and Rainleaf is going to cast Zone of Truth,
Okay.
and that's going to be a 15-foot radius sphere centered on him.
Gothric's gonna try and stay out of that and in the corner with his
Yeah,
hands.
he's still sitting upright with his eyes closed, sort of meditating, but he's just sort of just chilling. Yeah, the zone apparates almost.
And can he make a charisma saving throw, please?
He just submits to it.
Okay. Okay. Radix go. It has taken effect.
Who gave Pietro the mirror?
Why do you think anyone gave Pietro the mirror?
Are you saying Pietro made the mirror?
I'm saying that Pietro has ways of getting the mirror without being given it.
But did he?
Did he be given it?
Was he
said-
given the
you
mirror?
said you claimed. Look, we need you to be very specific here. You said that he has ways of getting the mirror. That does not mean that he did not get the mirror that way.
I know. He did not get the. He was not given the mirror.
Did he steal the mirror?
Maybe. I don't know.
You were particularly ominous before before I left. You were particularly ominous, and then things happened with mirrors. Was that your plan?
Wasn't my plan.
Whose plan was it?
Pietro's.
Did you know what the mirror would do?
No. What did it do?
Did you know that it would? Did you know that it was cursed, or was magical in any way?
I knew that Pietro wanted to do an experiment involving the mirror. I assume it was magical.
But did you know what it did?
No, well, I don't know what it did. No one's told me what it did.
Were you expecting to be imprisoned from the get-go? Was that your plan?
Yes. I assumed that I might not come out of this alive. I've made my peace with that.
Why did you name Pietro? Are you working for Pietro? Were you working for him before he became the leader of the Dancing Coast?
I think you'd probably be surprised to learn that many people are working for Pietro.
That doesn't answer the question.
Yes, I worked for Pietro.
What did he pay you with? You say you worked. What did he pay you in?
Influence. He made me the man I am.
What? A man in a prison cell.
That is the man I'll be when I'm dead.
Do you have any family?
Do you mean do I have children and a wife or husband?
Yeah.
No.
Do you really know nothing about Asterix?
As much as you probably are hoping.
Could you tell us about him? What you do know?
Are you scared?
You mentioned fear last time. I'm not scared of you. You're chained up.
You don't have to be scared of me. I'd be quite surprised if you were scared of me.
Quite frankly, right now, the only thing I'm scared of is the fact that, people might get away with bad shit, but that's why we're here.
People get away with bad shit all the time. People rarely get away with things that actually need to be done.
What does Pietro want?
I'm not sure anyone can answer that question but him himself.
What do you believe he wants?
I believe that he wants to make Orthaid a world in which injustices do not happen as often, or at all.
Is your real name Pacino? No, just better. Want to throw that out there.
No.
Is your real name Gastiel?
No.
What is your real name?
I don't even remember anymore. sounds strange. It's true, but I was not born. A Pacino.
Oh, but I was just gonna say you weren't born then.
Like same.
Is your name Asterix?
No.
Damn it.
I mean, he did say that he doesn't know what his name is, right?
Do you know of any
Well, we didn't
other
know what
names
his name
that
was.
you've gone by?
I have been Azra Pacino as long as I remember.
How did you originally gain power on the Dancing Coast?
I never had that much power, but I had influence which I was given. I do not. I can't tell you the whole story. We'll be here all day.
I have a question. The in the Dancing Coast in Port Del Rom, the casino, is it rigged?
A good thing Epix is dead, otherwise he would have had your eyes put out for asking such a question. No, the casino is not rigged.
Just thought I'd throw that one out there.
Speaking of casino, what do you know about the attack on the casino and also on Pietro del Colti's vault a couple weeks back?
I think I know what a lot of the lords and ladies of the Dancing Coast are saying, but are too afraid to say it.
Well, I care to share that information to us?
Well, that Pietro is responsible. But that is what we signed up for. Epix was an enemy of our hopes and aspirations, so he had to go as well as your friend, of course.
What? As well as our friend? What, Mahir?
Yes, Don Mahir.
Where's he gone?
What's happened to Don Mahir?
I don't know. Honestly, it's true. I don't.
Well,
Do you
then
know
why-
anything about the Dazkan?
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah, I think we probably shouldn't skip over this.
Sorry.
What do you know of Don Mahir's disappearance?
I think maybe you're more. Maybe you should. There are some questions you may ask, and we should ask. I should say. Why am I telling you all this?
What do you know?
About Don Mahir's disappearance, I don't know. I do not know anything. I just know that Pietro wanted him gone, and his friends made it happen. It was not my responsibility. This was my responsibility.
What friends? What friends does he have that have been helping him?
Well, he does not have any friends that do not serve him.
What do we have to be afraid of? You mentioned earlier, you asked us earlier if we were afraid. What of?
Well, what are you most afraid of? Are you afraid of the dark?
A night without booze.
And you?
Oh, I'm not afraid of anything anymore. There's more darkness to come, my friend.
Yeah, I believe that.
Why did you choose to come here as an emissary?
I was serving my duty.
Even though you know that it means that you may have died?
Yes.
I don't understand why you'd give all this up, all these years of scheming and making gains just to throw it all away right now. It doesn't make sense.
My
to me.
friend, all those years of scheming and making games were for this moment. They weren't for money.
Cool.
What is this moment?
So you're a cultist. You're basically part of a cult.
Why is it that I do something and I'm a cultist, but you go off and do your own little schemes and plots, and you are not?
Oh, I want to get out the picture that I drew of Merithicur's tattoo with the brain.
Mhm.
I drew a picture of
Yeah.
it when I saw it. It's the symbol of the Orasai.
Yeah.
Orthosai. That's a cult, right?
West Side.
I'm gonna get it out. Is this? Do you know what this is?
Yes.
Are you part of it?
We're all part of it.
Right. Okay.
Who's
Well, that
we?
explains a lot.
Yeah.
So he's a cultist
Hang
then.
on, hang on, hang on. Who is we?
We. Me, you,
We.
everyone.
Okay, that's not what we meant, and you know it.
Who is a part of my organization? I shouldn't say mine.
Yeah.
I don't have a list.
Name some names.
Name some names we don't know. Or you think we don't know.
I've had fun playing with you now. You can do what you like with me, but I won't answer any more questions of yours.
Hmm.
So you said you won't answer any more questions. I just have one more because you didn't really answer it, and then everyone just kind of skipped over it. So it's not really fair.
Not fair.
Not fair.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
So you said before that when I asked you what does Pietro actually want, you just said some nonsense, really. What does he want? Can you just be a bit clearer?
You
Okay.
know what he wants.
Is he part of this cult as well?
I'm pretty sure he's in charge.
No, I wouldn't say he's in charge unless his name's
I thought Eamon.
Velos.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have asked
I'm
if his
gonna-
name was fucking Velos, right?
I'd just like to cast Disguise Self, turn myself into Amon, and watch for his reaction.
Okay.
See if there's recognition in his...
He's still got his eyes closed.
Oh.
Can I like pull his eyes open? No. No.
Can you change your voice? As disguise stealth?
I believe so.
I think like
Let me
thaumaturgy or
check.
something. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you just look different.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
You could try and do his voice.
Okay. Do you recognize this man?
Not responding to any more questions.
I'm gonna try and tickle him. Are we not allowed to torture? Did they tell us we're not allowed to torture?
No, I'm not allowed to torture because I made a promise to Scrimshaw. You can torture all you like.
I mean, I think we made a promise to Mike in the first session not to torture, to be honest.
What?
The king did say you have
Wow.
the right to do whatever you like to him.
Cool. Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna take my dagger out. Just like. Do a little bit of a threat. I don't know. He doesn't really care about his life though, so I feel like I can't really do anything. But
Maybe we can just leave him alive and in pain forever and ever and ever.
that's what I was thinking. That's what I was gonna suggest because he
Guys
wants
are
to die.
actually psychopaths.
Put some starving rats in the room, and then just slowly eat him.
Oh my.
Put like a bucket on like a stomach or something, put some rats in there, put like a light on the other end.
What the fuck? What's wrong with you, all of you?
Look at me for
I
once, this
didn't
isn't
sign
me.
on for this.
All right.
Look, we're not looking to do anything like that. We're
Look
just
at
asking
me.
questions. And
I don't think he's gonna
Hopefully
answer any more
has-
questions.
has cooperated so far. He has started to not cooperate now, but
Do you have anything that can make people talk?
me.
Anyone? Any spells? You magic-y people.
I have fists, I can cast fists until he speaks.
Can I walk out of the room and cast a message to Pacino?
Okay.
And like put on a voice?
Mhm.
He's probably used message before.
Okay.
Is that something I'm allowed to do?
Yeah, if you want.
All right, I'll performance check it, right?
What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say something like,
In whose voice?
Just I don't know. Let's just be ridiculous. Let's just do it like a old kind of forgotten voice. I don't know.
Okay.
And like, I'm just gonna say like, servant of the Orthosai, tell them more. Your task is not complete yet.
Make a persuasion check. with
Roxanne just
with
kinda
disadvantage.
Roxanne just kind of looks at you like,
Really?
really?
He's not walking back in the room again, so it's fine.
Really?
You just sort of see him laugh. Like he just sort of chuckles to himself. He doesn't say anything, but he just laughs.
What's so funny?
Can we not just kill him?
No, that's what he wants.
No, don't kill him.
I wouldn't even do any like. We don't even get anything.
What
What
does-
is it
what
we're
does-
doing the killing? What is it with the
I-
murdering?
What does
I
that
just-
accomplish?
Look,
I
we've
mean,
gone
there's
from
less
there.
of him.
The fact that I'm questioning you about killing people should be a very good fucking sign.
My point is, there's less of him. There's less people to deal with. Implying
He's
he's
not even
not.
a threat.
He mentioned. He mentioned
fact that
last
King-
time he. He mentioned last time he's expecting to get out of here.
Okay.
If he gets out of here, he's going to be walking straight up to Pietro and doing more things for him.
Still don't see the point. Kill the Emperor's gonna kill him. I wouldn't put anything past that.
Implying it's not a
You
rescue
don't need to do
attempt.
it. You don't need to do it. Well, then you better keep good fucking watch. Then, yeah, and make sure you don't
Well,
get
we can't because we're going to go to Deed.
out.
We probably should wait until we're not here before discussing things like that.
Oh no, I thought we were already out.
No.
I thought like we had
still,
gone out.
Like standing in.
No,
Oh,
you
right.
should go.
Right. Like if we were in there, I would not have mentioned going to
Sure, that's
Deed.
fine.
But like,
Okay, well, if we don't have any other burning questions, then shall we head out?
Sure.
all right.
See you later.
Alright, should we take a short break?
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
I want to get
Yeah, so come back at 10 to.
Mhm.
Alright, see you in a bit, guys.
Best machine.
Bye. All right, unmuted stream. We are back. All right, what do you guys want to do?
I guess we're gonna start leaving. Heading over to Deed.
Let's go and tell. Can we talk to the king?
Mhm.
Yeah, we should probably let him know.
I would like to
Yeah.
tell him that Don Pacino wants to die, so it's better just to keep him alive for as long as possible to suffer.
Yikes!
All right, so you go into the throne room. The king is.
We maybe relay the information
okay.
that we got from him as
Yeah,
well.
yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you go to the throne
Though he
room.
might point us to someone else.
So you go into the throne room, and discover that the king is sat sort of holding his side, like he's been bleeding a little bit, like he's been stitched up. He's pretty much sorted, but he's just in pain. He's quite bruised. He says, "You wanted to speak to me."
Yes, so we've spoken to Pacino,
Mhm.
gathered a bit of information, thought we'd hand over to you.
And what did you
Um,
discover from the fox?
So, well, I've made some notes. Let me just go through them for you. So these are the so he spoke around the truth a bit sometimes, but these are the bits of information that we were able to get, which are, in theory, correct as far as he knows. Pietro was not given the mirror, so he may have created it himself, or
Found it,
found
probably.
it, or
He was one for adventuring.
something of that sort.
Maybe he had someone else get it for him.
Could have bought it.
Pacino did not know if it was stolen. This wasn't
Well-
Pacino's plan. It was Pietro's. Pietro wanted to do an experiment with the mirror, in his words. You seeming to be that experiment. Pacino did not know what this mirror would do. He suspected that it had some kind of magical aspect to it, but he did not know the grave effects it would have on you. So I guess that's a fairly large thing to take into account with whatever you decide to do with him. Yeah, so he didn't know what it did, but he did expect to be imprisoned coming here. Obviously, bringing that message, anyone would fly off the handle.
Of course.
Yeah, so expect to be imprisoned. He did work for Pietro before Pietro became leader of Port d'Alron, and he suggested that a bunch of other people did as well. He's been paid mostly in influence and his current position, in where he has been positioned, I suppose politically, financially. That's a little bit of speculation though on my part. He believes that Pietro genuinely wants to reduce or eliminate injustice in the world. Obviously, that's a little vague, because what he views as injustice can vary widely.
Do you have any examples?
I think it means control everyone.
I mean, yes, if one could view, like, let's say there's a king that is a tyrant, they would view anyone going against their wishes as to be injustice, and just let's say for example you heard that someone in the marketplace said, I think that taxes are a little bit too high. You probably wouldn't kill them for that, would you? But another king might call that justice.
Depends if he continues to pay them or not.
Oh, we're just talking words. But yeah, regardless. Apparently, Don Pacino. Apparently, Pacino is not his real name, but he cannot remember his real one. Bit strange. Apparently, many people in Port d'Alron believe that Pietro was responsible for the attack on Port d'Alron.
Yes, I've heard these stories.
So I don't know if you're aware of Don Mahir's disappearance.
No, I did not hear of this.
Oh, well, yes, Don Mahir has not been heard of for, is it a day, 2 days?
I've
Something
only
of the
met
sort?
Mihir Vaharan once, That was in a couple of years ago, after he had just returned from Shawcrow.
Well, yeah, he has unfortunately disappeared. Apparently, this has been done by Pietro's friends.
Allegedly.
As Pacino says,
Mhm.
and well, as Pacino believes,
Right, very well.
but he does not know exactly what happened to him, and that's about as far as we.
Oh, and they're all part of a cult.
Oh, and then yes, they say they're part of the Orthosai as well.
He's also very fond of metaphors, like way too much. He keeps talking about fear and darkness, and he's not. Like honestly, it's like he's trying too hard. You know, it's.
Ah. Also, I would like to add that he really wants to die. He's ready for death. So I would suggest, as he did try and kill you, just keep him alive for a really long time in a really horrible way.
I would just mention that he didn't actually try and kill the king because he didn't know what the mirror did.
You would have me
Well,
release him?
he knew that it was enchanted. No, I would have you keep him alive in the dungeon locked
I was
up.
talking about the wooden man.
I don't know the extent of the crimes that he's committed, as I'm not politically aligned. I'm not particularly politically educated. But if the sole charge were to be attempted murder, I personally would not believe he would be guilty of that. There may be a plethora of other
What
things
about
that he is
high?
guilty
What
of,
about high
but-
treason?
Ooh, well, that's very broad. I'm not entirely sure what's encompassed by that. I get the impression it's whatever the king decides.
Generally, it's like smiles.
He likes
I
the
don't-
power, man.
I don't
like
need to
this
tell you
guy.
that that's. I don't need to tell you that that's for you to decide.
No, but I think the cruelest thing would be to keep him alive in this world for too long. So might as well just get it done. Don't have to worry about him anymore.
But what if he has more information?
And he's going to
There are certainly some more things we want to ask him, but I don't think he's ever going to say it. So.
listen. If you want to keep him alive, you can. If you want to come talk to him whenever you like, you can. But if he's given you all the information he wants to give you, I assume Pietro himself would have told him exactly what to say. He seems to be controlling him in every other way, doesn't he?
We did make sure that he was not able to speak a lie through magic.
Doesn't matter if he speaks a lie or tells the truth. If you're playing into Pietro's hands, then whatever.
He did tell us to ask him why he was answering everything and was totally okay with this kind of magic. So
That is
It could
that
be-
is a question you should probably ask of everyone. Not just men in dungeons.
this is true.
Okay, well, I believe that's about all we got out of him.
Very well.
Do we have any other matters before we head off?
Well, I heard about this suit from Aaron.
Oh yes.
This is something that will probably win us the war. So make it a priority. But I dare not judge your methods. They're clearly very effective.
Do you have someone who could? Is there a teleportation circle there? Indeed.
May have to speak to my magister, but if there is, then we will have it.
Oh, well, if there is, then that would
Yeah,
be most
If you
helpful.
could, that'd be wonderful.
Okay. Again,
I would
Save us
again,
time
talking
travel.
about this,
weeks of time.
talking about this armor. If Amon is looking for this suit of armor and he finds it before we do, then this Iron Pariah, this Prophet of Rage, will probably return.
Sorry, Prophet of Rage. I didn't know it was a Prophet of Rage.
That's just another way of translating the original Mistran.
I see. You don't happen to think that that was anything to do with, the rage that your noblest majesty felt yesterday?
Yes, I thought that was established.
That was exactly what it was.
Oh, I didn't
that's
realize it was the Emperor, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
I believe
yeah,
that's
he-
part of the experiments with the Emperor.
Aaron, is that what Aaron told us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, Aaron.
Oh,
Aaron
sorry, I
mentioned
didn't
that,
have that.
There was
Sorry, beg
some, I believe they extracted the Emperor and embedded it into the sword, and used that somehow in the mirrors. I assume Aaron's been through with you.
Yes. I don't want to have to deal with Eretzar and the Emperor. I have the Commonwealth to deal with right now, so make it easy for me.
I think, regardless of political allegiance and stuff, most people in this world do not want anyone to have to deal with the Emperor. It's bad for everyone.
The Commonwealth seem to be in bed with the Dancing Coast, so usually we'd try to be able to trust them to stop Eretzar returning, but considering the obelisk is in Vizelsk, well, something strange is happening. All right, I will. I'll show you to my Magister, and he will tell you.
Sorry, I do have one more
Oh
request.
yes, of course.
Do you have any? Like, I assume you've got spies in Port Delron, right?
May have a few.
Yeah, I know you don't have to say, but if you do, would you be able to maybe rescue our friend and our horse?
Oh my god.
You would have the King of Tossat, an Emperor of all Nesvigno, to help you rescue a horse.
Well, it's
He's a
just
very good horse.
he's called Clive. We're the Clive 5. now, so
He is fairly important for our brand.
He's
Yeah.
our emotional support
and
animal.
we have a very good friend who's looking after him called Halcyon, and we would really like it if you could get her out because if she's affiliated with us. They might try and cause harm to her.
He just like begins stroking his like temples and goes, "Ah, fine,
Oh,
fine, it's done. I'll
thank
go
you.
and see what I can do."
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We did save your life. Thanks.
Yes, I'm feeling that now. All right, so you guys are ushered out. You speak to the Magister, this old hunched over man who says, "Deed, yes, we do have a teleportation circle to the old ruined temple outside of Deed. It's only a mile walk or so."
Oh well, fantastic.
Bang.
Perfect.
And who am I letting copy this down?
That'll be me. And
You?
Gideon walks forward with his book out
You?
and says, just sign right here,
You-
please. The details of the thing, not your signature.
You're just a boy.
I am just a boy, you're
I'm just
correct.
very-
I'm just small for my age, sir.
How old are you?
That is a good question.
We keep trying to find out. Honestly, if you can figure it out, then that'll be really good information. Because
How old are you?
96 years old.
Honestly, I don't know when my birthday was. So.
Very well. Yes, he pulls out a small little book that has all the major cities and stuff in Tarsat. And he says, "Yes, it's just here. If you copy that down in your little book that you have there."
Thank you very much.
Cute little
Next time,
book.
it's not a little book, all right? The big book, the big mages.
He goes to Big Mage School.
it does look quite big in your hands.
Are you from? Did you study at the Arcanum?
Yeah. No, let's go, guys.
What year did you graduate? It must have been recently.
A couple years ago, you know. Come on, guys, we're going now.
He's like hopefully behind you. What is your name, sir?
My name is none of your business, sir.
He's like hurry out of the
Let's go,
library.
guys, come on.
The wizard said piss off. Now piss
Yeah,
off.
no, you all hurry out the library and make your way to the teleportation circle in the king's palace. Or you just draw it on the floor somewhere if you want.
Just do it right in the throne room.
That's fine, just
I mean,
forever.
if there's one that links there already,
Yeah,
then
You'll still need to use the 50 gold pieces worth of stuff, but if you just take 50 gold pieces off, Gideon.
Yeah, that's fine. As Gideon writes the circle, he's kind of saying, people in this city ask too many questions. Just want to get on with our day, but no, they have to go. Gideon, where are you from?
Maybe he had a.
Where are you
How old
from?
are you? Where are you? Where am I from? That's none of your business.
Maybe he had a grandchild or something.
Can
and,
I,
wanted to know if you knew them.
can I ask why he wanted to know you so badly?
And then there's this circle here. Hold on, Roxanne. I didn't quite hear you. This circle's quite intricate. And then you put this dot here, and the line across.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he want them to know where he is?
Circle all the way around this bit. All right, we're
Suddenly,
done.
suddenly the teleportation circle flares up, and Gideon's like, "Get in, get in, get in!" Does everyone go in?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a flash of light. Suddenly, before you know it, there's not even any tunnel. There's not even any turbulence. You just arrive at the town of Deed. Well, you arrive at this sort of strange ruins. Like the first thing you see is the open sky, quite cloudy and quite overcast, and kind of stormy. Like you sort of feel like it's about to start raining. But you look around and it's quite thickly dense woodland. But you see in a clearing, just maybe about a mile away, a small town surrounded by this wooden fence. It's like stakes, sort of hastily constructed. There's like this big sort of fort in the center of the town that's on this hill, but like half of it is just covered in scaffolding. Like some of the walls have fallen over, one of the towers just isn't there anymore, and it's sort of just covered in scaffolding. Like there's just people working alongside it, and there's the road from this like this old ruined temple basically leads into the front gate of the town.
I want to turn to Scrimshaw and say, "Wow, Scrimshaw, your daddy's house is so nice. What a nice temple."
I mean, this isn't it.
Oh, okay, God, thank God.
It's a little while away. It's a little
Okay.
while from here, right?
Okay, good. I just knew it was outside of Deed. I didn't want to be rude. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a little more rural than this.
Right.
Uh,
Just because I assumed there was magic, and your magic, and he did the magic, and this is the teleportation magic. I thought it might be okay. Don't worry. Let's just
no,
go.
I mean, there may be a circle in his tower.
Do you know it?
Well, no, I wasn't allowed to learn that kind of thing while I was there. It wouldn't have really meant anything to me at the time, anyway. Nor now, really.
Cool. Let's go.
Gothric's like already way ahead of you, just making his way.
I'm gonna walk at my normal speed and just catch up to Gothric.
Are you going to Deed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try and find the inn.
Okay.
His daughter. Right. What's
Not
her
my
name?
daughter.
What's her name?
You have a daughter?
I don't have a daughter.
Stepdaughter.
I didn't ask her name. I saved her life and then I gave her over.
Gave her what?
Whoa.
I gave her over to her uncle.
You don't just give a person. They are their own property.
She
Not so much with kids.
she was a
Oh,
toddler.
Never say that. Never say that, Joanne.
Wait, are you allowed to possess children then?
Like if they're like under 12 and you're their parent or guardian, so like an uncle or someone, and you're looking after them while they're young and they're stupid, then that's okay to kind of like tell them what to do. But once they get a bit older, maybe like 15, 16, Gideon's age, then you can then they're allowed to make their own decisions, start making their own decisions, because you don't want them to hurt themselves.
Okay.
She was only a toddler when I saved her.
Oh, how long ago was that?
Not long ago.
Okay,
15 years
That's
ago.
very vague.
Oh god, it was Saka.
Like not long ago in my kind of years, or not long ago in Scrimshaw's kind of years.
I don't know what kind of year Scrimshaw's years are, really.
I mean,
Is it like dog years? Is that what you're on about? Or
He's like 500 years old.
Orc years.
I mean, orcs do age differently to people. I'm pretty sure they do have a less of a lifespan. Like they mature at the age of 14.
Hole 2
Oh,
goes there. One of the guards from the town just lazily walking over and spots you all walking towards the town.
Travelers
What business do you have, indeed?
visiting old friends.
No one has friends here. All right, go on, and you go. Don't cause any trouble.
Alright.
thanks.
Have a good
I'm
day.
gonna
Okay, so
You could have.
yeah, what are you saying?
I'm gonna go to the inn.
Could have made that a little less inconspicuous. But fair enough.
I mean, it's the truth. Oh.
Yeah, but visiting old friends.
Yeah, they didn't give a shit. It's fine.
And they don't give a shit.
Okay, you come up to the ivy, the sort of quite rickety, sort of old, almost like a Tudor-style building with a thatched roof and a fire burning with a little chimney just spewing smoke out. It's not a massive inn, but it's big enough for the small town. And you see as the door opens every now and again noise and music and laughter and people having fun drinking lots of ale inside. This is the inn that you want to be at, Zach. Gothic.
Okay, I make my way over to the bar.
Do we go with you?
I mean, you can if you want.
I will definitely be heading for the bar.
Okay, so at the bar is the innkeeper, Oscar. Sort of with his back to the door for a bit. As the door opens, there's this ringing of a bell that just sort of ding, 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 ding. As you walk in, Oscar is cleaning mugs, just watching like a couple of people talking in the background, just chat. They're arguing about something stupid, and he's just sort of enjoying himself watching that. He notices you, Gothric, as you sort of enter, and he turns around and he sort of tuts. And he says, "You said you wouldn't return. Isn't safe for you."
I know. How's she doing?
She's fine. No thanks to you.
Look, what I did wasn't alright, but Gothric just kind of puts 20 gold on the table. It's like, there's more, but I don't know if you want any.
Do you think 20 gold is going to bring her parents back?
No, but it's.
Ooh.
Do you think 20 gold will bring my sister back?
Oh!
Guys,
He
this
just
isn't
hit.
funny.
We just in the background. Oh!
Listen, you did a good thing, but you did a bad thing to make it happen. And I can never forgive you for that.
I know. I needed to make sure things were alright. I was attacked by them not long ago. I needed to make sure all of you were alright.
You were attacked. Where?
Near the L.
Near VL. They've gone farther than normal.
Yeah, and seeing as this is on the way over.
Well, I haven't had any trouble here. The guards have been catching orcs at no one's business though recently. A couple were brought in the other day, hung up on spikes outside the main fort.
None of them alive?
Not that I know of. Though the guards would never say if anyone ran away. They want to say they killed everyone for glory and honor.
Have you heard anything about drow attacks?
Drow attacks? No.
Alright. You don't... Is there anyone here we could maybe talk about the orcs? I just want to make sure I can get rid of as many as I can.
Well, there's a captain, but he's not been himself recently. So no, we'll see. Anyway, you and your friends can stay here tonight, not free of charge. You sleep outside.
That's fine.
He
Thanks.
sort of just like goes. He begins pouring ales for you all. I should
Yep.
change the music, shouldn't I?
No, this isn't awkward at all.
So,
Gothric just kind of sits in the corner, just like in silence.
you just murdered innocent people. Was that like what you did?
Gothric just drinks and
Did you
just
at
stares at
least
his mug.
sacrifice them to like a god or something?
Gothric just Gothric just kind of like stares at you like,
Morna, would that make it better
Like,
or worse?
I feel like that's a little bit better because at least he thought he was doing good.
Mona, maybe you should join Pietro.
no, I didn't sacrifice them to a god.
Oh, what a waste. I mean,
What a waste of a good soul.
We were
Good.
Is someone working out how
bandits.
far it's going to take for them to run away?
bandits, they were merchants, you know, it's what we do.
did.
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 Yeah, remember similar like these aren't things we do anymore. Just like torturing people by stabbing them in the gut and letting them bleed out.
Oh, good job I didn't torture anyone. We didn't torture anyone.
Some of us didn't.
Who did?
Another thing for Joanne, out of character.
Oh yes,
Yes.
Joanne. So when you know those the three assassin type, well, assassin-y bandit-y guys that jumped us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we finished them off, the last guy we were doing some questioning, and we were like, all right, well, we're gonna kill him, and the rest of us thinking, execution, chop off the head, something like that. Gothric takes out a rapier and shoots
Short
his
sword.
stomach. Short sword and shoves it into his stomach. Which, as you may know, is a very slow way to die.
Short
Like,
sword.
they are evil, right?
Very evil.
Did you at least sacrifice them to a god? Him to a god? Yeah, you need to get better at this.
We don't sacrifice people. We're not savages. We're
Oh,
just
alright.
murderous bandits.
I don't think there's a big difference.
Do we actually know that Morna? I know Scrimshaw does, but do we know that Morna does this?
No, Wanda doesn't do this. She's literally never sacrificed anyone to a god. She just thinks it's okay to do that. But you don't know. You don't know that.
Aren't you technically?
I thought that's the whole point of her order.
That's my point. That's hilarious.
No, the whole point. So, no, don't worry. I just won't tell you because then you won't know. Because Gideon doesn't know. You can ask me. If you want, we can talk about it. But she prefers to keep it on the down low, just in case people judge. It's mostly because the god that she worships is like really taboo, that she doesn't like talking about it. Not, if that makes sense.
What time is it? Like, is it like early evening?
It's
Or...
probably lunchtime.
Would I know where the captain is at this time?
Probably the fort.
Anyone want to come with me, chat with the captain?
Sure.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's
stay
go.
here, if you don't mind.
Alright.
Okay, so you make your way to the fort. Yeah, this weirdly, like half of it is just completely untouched, and the other half is fucked, just held up by wooden supports and struts. The main gate, is manned by a couple of guards, not by that many. There's not that many troops in the town, really. But as they see you approach, they say, "What do you want?"
I have some questions to ask.
And you don't have any friends to ask them to?
It's about bandit attacks.
You want to confess? All right then.
No.
We've been getting quite a lot of orcs recently, looking quite like you.
Yeah. No, I'm not really big fans of them, really. So I just kind of want to know more about that.
What? Make a persuasion check.
All right, persuasion.
Okay. He sort of he sort of nods and he says, "All right, what do you want to know?"
They were like, did any of them have any weird tricks about them?
Tricks. And the other one says, "You idiot! He's talking about their little gifts they have." And he goes, "Huh? Oh yeah, a few."
Right. Were any of them carrying this? And I hold out one of the arrows.
Yeah, they all tend to carry things like that. We just tend
Okay.
to burn them with the bodies when we catch them.
Do you have any of them alive?
Not currently. Patrol's coming in about. He looks up at the sky. Probably about 2 or 3 hours. If you want to wait that long, maybe they'll catch some.
Rainleaf's gonna pipe up and just be like,
Alright.
"Do you have any of the bodies intact from within the last 10 days?"
Bodies.
Yes.
No,
just ahead will
we
do.
burn everything.
Oh.
What, there's some on spikes?
Oh yeah, there's those, but they're like fucked. They've been like flayed, like they're hanging. They're like rotting into fuck.
I guess we can just wait until if they bring any bodies back.
Yeah. So I can speak with dead.
Listen, if you want to take one of those disgusting moldy bodies down, you do that. I don't give a shit. But you're gonna have to speak to Captain Max first.
Well,
Alright, can we possibly do that?
Yeah, fucking sure. All right, he turns to the other one. Go get the captain. Just tell him that there's a bunch of. It looks over to you. Mercenaries or something wanting to hear about bandit attacks. Probably want some gold or something. And the other one goes, "All right, fine," and runs off. Turns back to you. So you're really interested in all these orc attacks recently, huh?
You know, bad blood and all that.
Yeah, don't have to tell you about that, do I?
Ooh.
I suppose not.
Oof.
Ooh.
Right.
Sick.
Right, here they are. So the captain and the other guard comes over. The captain is quite tall. He's maybe 6'2". He's wearing plate armor but no helmet, and he's got the sort of black and gold cloak of a Tarsat captain. He says, "Hello all. How can I help you?"
Yeah, we're here to inquire about some of the orc attacks.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Well, we've been talking with this man with quite a few things. Have any of them ever been taken alive?
Yeah, we took these ones alive. They don't tend to give much information.
What information did they give?
Well, not really that much. They just said they were passing through. What a lie. They've been passing through for 3 weeks now.
Do they come into the town and then do you just kill any orcs that you see?
We don't kill any orcs we see, but tend to kill most of them.
Okay.
We were hoping to have one or two of the bodies as intact as possible, if that's alright.
You may want to explain why.
Yeah, I'm hoping he does.
We have ways of gaining extra information from them. We have our own questions for them.
Yeah,
Well, it doesn't.
if you want to bring people back to life and torture them, go ahead. You know, they fucking deserve it, to be honest. But it is illegal in Tarsat.
So much
If,
so much
one-
torture.
One thing, one thing I do have an idea. If you have a couple of them locked up, perhaps we can do some undercover cop type deal. I mean, Gothric.
I mean, they do know me. They know my face.
Would
They
these
know my
specific
name.
Ones know you? How many of them are there? And being gone a while, maybe these ones don't.
Maybe. Then again, they might capture a captain or something.
Well, I suppose the boys could always give you each a spear and see spear each other to the death. That might be quite entertaining. I'd pay the rest of you a lot of money to see that.
Mm,
I could turn into one
how
of those
much?
ones.
Right, I'm kidding.
I could turn myself into one of those ones that we saw before.
That's true. You can turn yourself into the guy we murdered.
Yes.
Well, guy I
Well,
murdered.
Killed in self-defense. Just to be clear.
Hmm.
I don't think they care really.
He was tied up though. Oh.
And he did bleed him out, basically.
Yeah.
He was begging not to be killed, and did torture him a little bit.
Sorry, you're saying this right in front of me. Do you not give a fuck?
Frank, sorry, I'm kind of
Just kidding. I
you
like
know,
hearing
still
shit like this.
reeling out.
Does Roxon have like anything that would distinguish him as a soldier in rank? You know, in some kind of relation to the captain. You know, I'm just thinking there's like.
I mean, as part, if you like, you have the soldier background, then I'm pretty sure you do
Still-
have
he's
like a
still
mark
got
of
his-
rank.
He's got the colours on. He's wearing the
Yeah.
colours.
I was just wondering if there was rank that you could pull or vice versa, or what that was like.
Could pull rank.
I don't know what rank you are though. He is. I'm not here, by the way. I'm
Right,
just out of
so-
character in this, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't say anything else.
It was the Emperor's guard, so he's pretty high rank.
Yeah, he like sort of looks at you and says, you're Sir Roxon Orextony.
Oh, that I am. That I am.
What are you doing with these bunch of miscreants?
Emperor gave my service to them.
He
Said they needed a bit of help.
must not give a fuck about you then. I thought you and him were fucking. And he like sort of does a very rude hand sign.
I suggest you watch it.
No worries. Right, anything you want. What's indeed, it's yours. For the war effort.
Alright. I guess we wait until they come back, see if they bring any bodies back, right?
Or we could just go out and find some.
True. I mean, they did mention that there's a lot going on right now, so.
Or we could try and speak to these prisoners.
I mean, I don't think they got any prisoners. They're all on
Yeah,
spikes or
the
dead.
prisoners that they have are literally hanging above you, flayed.
Oh, I thought he said that he'd just brought some back.
Yeah, they've just done that.
Oh, they've just been killed.
Well, some of them have. There's a couple which are quite manky.
There's a couple that are still alive, right?
No, they're
Did
all
you just
dead.
say? Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like we could go out bandit hunting. Might get some
I
gold
do
for
like
it.
a good bandit hunt.
And see if we can find any of these.
Well, how far away is your daddy's house? Scrimshaw.
Good question. How far away is my daddy's house?
About 25 miles.
About 25 miles south.
I
That's a couple. That's like a day's
think
walk,
I think
right?
it's northwest.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it?
It's a little bit more.
I think so.
I thought it was.
I thought it was south, but I don't know why. I think probably Richard told me that. Anyway, shall we? Well, we could always start heading that way, and if we see any bandits on the way, stop and. I don't really know what you want to do. You just want to.
I want to find out where exactly Badran is and if they know anything more about this Red Wizard.
Okay, so what we could do, we could head towards Scrimshaw's daddy's house, and then on the way, if we see any orcs, we could just
Yeah.
kill them. How does that sound?
I mean, I want to. I
would
feel like-
I would like to
Yeah.
just interject. Not just if we see any orcs.
Oh,
Because,
okay. Yeah, sorry. Bandits. Bandit
You know,
orcs.
If we
Yeah.
see normal bandits, can we just, do Deed a favour?
I'm not too sure.
wait,
I
wait,
gotta
no,
head
I mean-
down. Chinese is here.
Okay.
So,
Oh, nice.
be right back.
Alright.
Wait, Lorna, are you saying that you're not okay with non-orc bandits?
No, I'm saying that just any bandits, like, they might just steal stuff. They might not kill people, so maybe we don't need to kill them.
I mean, definitely teach them a lesson.
Teach them a
Dealing's
lesson,
not right.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I guess.
The lesson can be taught
Maybe-
by my axe.
Maybe take their stuff, strip their clothes off, and send them back in. naked?
I like that plan.
Can we kill one?
Could cut a leg off,
It,
maybe.
it depends what they try on us. If
How
they come
about
if they come at us with lethal force, then we kill one.
we used to at least take one bandit and hang him? Send a message to the rest of them.
I mean, we could bring one back as a souvenir if we
Ooh.
really want.
You know, if you bring him back, he'll be hung or beheaded.
I don't know.
He definitely.
Look. It's going to depend what they do, because like, bandit is a very broad term. It could be someone who just they jump out and say, "Give me your money," and if someone says, "No, fuck off," they do.
Well, that's
Or
not.
it could be someone that jumps out, shanks an old lady in the throat, takes her 2 copper and runs.
I have a question. When do you think, seeing as your daddy doesn't live in his house anymore, maybe the bad man is there and they've taken over it, taken over the wizard tower?
Well, we'll find out when we get there.
Oh no, it was
No
in the
reason to
mountains.
believe that, and
I know,
mean,
it's just a guess.
I was there for 20 years myself, and no one tried to take over it during that time.
What was this about, Badram?
I thought maybe he could be taken, seeing as there's no one in the
How
wizard
far
tower.
away?
They might
How
be
long
there.
have you been away from the
Might
tower?
be their base.
Only a few months now.
Unlikely.
No, he was like camped up in the mountains.
Never know.
Okay, just a guess.
Seems a little too obvious for bandits.
Yeah,
Well, an
there may
abandoned
well be,
building.
there may well be traps and stuff as well for people like that that are wishing to do harm. I don't really know.
Okay.
Nothing harmed me, but yeah, watch your step. Shall we go?
So we're agreed if we find some bandits, we kill one.
It depends what flavor of bandits they are.
If they're orcish, I want to have some more words with them.
Okay.
I
If
feel like
they're
I
the
went a bit
stealing
too quick
ones-
last time.
If they're the stealing ones, can I just hit them?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Fine.
Not,
Oh, we can hit them.
but not with the axe.
If they're murderous bandits, we respond to the bandits in the same fashion that they would approach us. Seem
Right.
fair?
So if one of them jumps out at me and says, "Give me all your money," I'm allowed to kill him.
Oh, no, you just take his money.
No, if they open fire on us, then we can. Yeah, I don't really have much qualm with killing them. If they hold us up and just bit of threatening, but
I'm not going to be threatened. I will respond with violence.
oh yeah, and violence, fine, but maybe not straight to murder. Well,
Well, I
Not
mean,
really
if they're going to
murder,
try and
but-
take my stuff, I will be resorting straight to murder.
not straight to death.
I am Judge Dredd.
I am the law.
Okay, so is it decided you are going to head off? So it will take a day's travel. Yeah. So you'll get there probably in the evening. Like you could probably get there like 11 p.m. if you headed off now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sure.
Let's tell the innkeeper person that we're not staying there.
Oh yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Good idea.
You can do that. You seem to be friendly with him.
No. No. I can't.
No.
You can do it. I don't want to talk to him. You murdered.
I mean, to be fair,
certain-
I don't want to talk to him either.
You don't want to murder his sister.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to talk to him.
I'll go talk to
No,
him.
no, I'm gonna go. I just don't want to do it, but I'll go. Okay, I go on over to the inn.
Okay. Yeah, you go in, and Oscar is just tending to a quite full bar. And he turns to you and says, "Oh, what do you want?"
I'm just here to let you know we're gonna go hunting instead. We won't be staying the night. Just thought it'd be good to let you know.
Very well. I'll sell those rooms instead. See you later.
See ya. Just kind of awkwardly
Yeah.
backs out.
You just watch as Gothic sort of really awkwardly walks out, like with his hands to his side, sort of like, oh.
Can do the finger guns as he walks out.
Yeah. Except I don't think Gothic has like a pistol, so it's like finger rifle. It's like.
I thought you were gonna say I think Gothic doesn't have fingers. That'd be a strange thing.
That's a strange term.
Okay, so you all begin heading off for a day's travel in the wilderness. After about 6 hours of your journey.
Can I just interject?
Oh yes,
please?
go ahead.
About, I don't know, an hour into it, the party hears a rustle behind them, and Gideon appears out of the bush. Or the rest of them along the path.
Kill it!
Guys, the hell was that about? Oscar came over and said that you all just left. Trust me, the only reason I am here, hold on, catching my breath, is that I promised Scrimshaw I'd help him here, but I'm going after Carnier after this, and trust me, you're not helping yourselves here, guys.
I have to say, I do forget whether you're there or not sometimes, and this is
Right.
one of those occasions.
I'm glad I'm so regrettable, Sir Roxanne.
To be fair, Gideon, you're supposed to be the memory of the party.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to have a
Rely-
brain when it's
rely
on
on
your
your
body.
Well, you caught up, didn't you?
Yeah, well, Christ. I mean, Titus. Christ doesn't exist in this.
I assumed that when you didn't come out that bar with Gothric that you decided to stay.
Well, there was quite a busy inn, and I was, talking and being sociable. Believe it
That
or not.
doesn't sound like you.
You don't even know me, Roxanne.
What is the? Is there like a legal age for drinking?
No.
You know.
Like I've been drinking for as long as I can
Yeah.
walk.
And until you could.
Mostly why most people in this, most NPCs make terrible decisions all the time. It's because they've just got, they've just got bloody
They're just terrible
mental
alcoholics.
deterioration from the years of alcoholism.
Yeah. So from what I understand, we're going to the tower now. Is that correct? Anything else going on?
We have rules on engagement with bandits because Scrimshaw doesn't want me to kill things on sight.
Oh, well, some things never change. Anything else?
If we find any orcs, I'd rather have a talk with them before we kill them.
All right. Okay. Thanks for that.
Not just any orcs we're gonna kill.
Thanks for.
I mean,
If you
Okay.
like, we can talk to them after we kill them.
but
I like the
this is
thought of
true.
that.
I also like that. If we come across any of my lads, kill them and talk with their corpses.
I think that's okay, but maybe what if if the corpses don't want to talk back, they don't have anything to go with. Whereas if we kill them after we've talked to them, then they might actually, because they don't want to die. Whereas if they're already dead, they don't have anything to lose, so they might not give us any information.
This is true. They can lie.
If they don't tell us anything, maybe we kill them and then ask the corpses. Maybe that'll just mess with their head a bit. I don't know how this works.
I mean, we could question one, and then if they don't answer, kill them and move to the next.
That works.
I think that's a bit like torture, isn't it? But whatever, Scrimshaw.
Oh, that's not.
What's
torture,
with
torture,
you
it's
lot and
just-
torture? Torture this, torture that.
We'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we come. to it.
It's very effective.
Okay. You say so.
Okay, so
All right. Sorry, but I mean, carry
To the
carry on
tower.
now. You can carry on your
Tower.
exposition.
Okay. All right. So after about 6 hours of your journey having passed, you all slow down for a moment. After Gideon and Morna, you both hear talking up ahead, and peeking over the bushes, you see in a clearing in the woods, maybe 200 feet away, a small campfire burning.
Oh, shall we go and sit down with their campfire?
Anyways,
think-
let's see who it is first.
Yeah, but if they're orcs, we could just go and sit down with them and confuse them. Just like go in like we belong and sit down. It'd be a really fun
They
prank.
won't fall for that.
Yeah, well they might. It'd be funny.
Can we maybe make out what they look like?
Not from here. You'd have to probably get a bit closer.
I could drop a Balgura on them.
Guys,
No.
guys.
No.
I got this, and I cast invisibility.
Okay.
And kind of walk over.
All right, make a stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. As you get up to the camp, you see 3 orcs, not particularly large or strong or whatever, just sitting around a fire, speaking in Orcish.
Can I use a actually we'll comprehend
That will
language?
drop
Let me
invisibility.
check
They will
this.
drop invisibility.
Okay, I won't bother then. That's fine. Okay.
Okay, so what you do?
I'm gonna head back and say,
Okay, that's cool.
guys. This is 3 orcs sitting around a camp. They're talking in Orcish, so I didn't want to understand them.
Did they have
Um,
weapons?
Did they have weapons?
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, they had like
yeah, they-
sort of rusty, bloody swords and shit.
I say we ambush them, take them by surprise, don't kill them straight away.
Well,
See if
what,
they
if,
might-
orcs.
what if they're not?
Could I
What
maybe
were they?
stealth up and see if I can figure out what they're saying in
You could do if
Orcish?
you want. If you want to try.
Can I go with him with pass trace
Oh
on
yeah,
me?
sure. Okay, so both of you make stealth checks and add 10 to it.
Oh,
Ooh, 43.
wait. Oh, 43 for my
Say-
stealth. Oh,
Say we all make stuff.
No, just
Surprisingly,
just Goth,
you get caught.
just Gothric and Morna. All right, nice. Okay, yeah, you
nice.
you definitely get right up close to them. Like you're like literally right behind them, and one of them,
Like sat on their lap.
yeah, like they're just sort of sat around the fire. And Gothric, you speak Orcish, don't you? I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I don't speak Orcish from all that time I spent in an orc tribe.
yeah. One of them's going like, "Did you see what Badran said to that little fucking Umi the other day?" And the other one's like, "I don't give a shit about that. About that fucking Badran. When I'm big enough and strong enough, I'm gonna take him out." And the other one's like, "You gotta do what? You haven't got fucking balls in you to do it." And the other one's like, "Yes, I do. I've got big fucking balls. Look, you've seen them yourself. They're not that fucking small, are they?" And Badran, you know, all those fucking weird mutations that little Yumi's been giving him, his fucking balls are probably shrunk to the size of a pea. And the other one's like, "No, listen. If anyone hears you saying that," and the third one's like, "I fucking don't give a shit about either of you. I'm just too hungry. Come on, finish cooking." And then they just carry on cooking.
I kind of point Morna to like my gun, like attack.
Yeah, let's get him.
All right. I'd like to get as close as possible and put like the barrel, like the very front end of my barrel against one of their backs. Just
Oh,
kind of
I
whisper-
would like to just wave over to if I can wave back.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait before everyone
to the
gets
team.
to us first.
Well, no, because they'll break the stealth. You won't be able to get as close. I'll wave, and then maybe we'll get a little surprise. How far away is the rest of the team?
About 200 feet away.
Oh, crap. Okay. We should probably go back and get them.
I think she's waving.
Wait, what's waving?
Yeah, that's
She
way
just
too
vanished.
stealthy for you to see them.
I feel a presence.
The presence of metagaming.
All right, maybe you head over back. I'll at the very least I can bluff.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna go and get the rest of the party, but keep them like a fair distance away.
Sounds good.
All right, so Morna, you go off. Go through what you do.
I'm kind of just waiting by them until like the rest of the party's within range for me to kind of just put the front end of my barrel against one of their backs and just kind of.
Okay, so Morna, you get back to the group.
Okay, they're definitely bad boys. They're chatting about the bad guy. Oh, what's his name? Badram. That's him.
Bad
Badran. Here from 200 meters away. So we're gonna get him. They don't seem to like him much though. They keep saying about how much they don't really like him, and he's been some woman or someone called Umi has given some like liquid. I assume it's the green liquid because they talked about his balls mutating. Right.
Hold
come
on,
let's-
one on. Umi?
Yeah.
Do you mean Humi?
Who's that?
Humi is just from my limited experience of orcish behavior, and I've met a couple in my time. Humi just means human.
Oh no. Okay, right. Let's go. Let's get them. But don't kill them. Just get them.
Don't kill them.
You grapple them.
You can bang their heads together a bit.
Can I not just kill one of them?
Just so you know, I'm going to cast silence, so that they don't hear the gun. No one hears a gun or anything and comes running in case there's other people far away. So they can't shout for help, and you have to move them out of the silence for them to get them to talk. Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Right, Gothric, what are you doing? As they begin, you just see the party begin to stealth up.
I assume I'm like right behind one.
Yep.
I kind of just press the front end of my barrel against the person I'm behind's neck and just be like, I'm just saying orcish, kind of quietly, don't move.
Two of the orcs sort of like jump up and they go, put that gun down. All right, just put it down, and we can talk about this. And the one with the barrel against his neck's like, what's going on?
How about you put your swords down, or I blow off your mate's head? You should see what this can do to a troll. Honestly,
And once you fire that gun, then there's two of us and one of you. What are you going to do then?
I kind of just make sure like my bow and my short sword and my blink dagger are also kind of just obvious. I'm like, yeah, and I'm pretty sure I have quite wonderful chance against you.
They look at each other and they're like,
Even on my own.
right, put the fucking sword down. Go on. He's not gonna kill us. He's a fellow orc. What do you want? They put their weapons down.
Kick him away.
They kick him away.
I kind of just signal to the rest of the group.
Okay,
Can we fall in around them?
Okay.
Just make
Yeah.
a circle.
that's fine. They like look around. They're like, yeah, working with Umis.
Sounds like you're working with Yumi.
I'm not working with anyone except for who I have to work for to put food on my table.
So you're working with Yumis.
I'm working for Badran. He's fucking working with some Umi. Not my deal. Not my problem.
Speaking of Badran, you mentioned mutations.
You've been listening.
I've kept my ear out. What kind of mutations are we talking about?
Those fucking weird gifts that all those weird orcs are getting.
Are you not getting any of those gifts?
No, I told you, I don't work for fucking anyone except Badran. Not for that fucking weird Umi sorcerer.
Are they a woman or a man?
It's just an orcish at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Do you
Ask
speak
if they're a
common?
woman or a man.
Yeah, the man or woman.
It's a man.
What's he look like?
Don't know. Some fucking bold Umi with weird tattoos on his head. Wears some red cloak.
Oh.
Right.
A couple of my brothers were killed fucking trying to get into his camp and slice his throat.
I take it Badran wouldn't like that.
No, he wouldn't. Badran, every day, Badran's getting more and more into that little Umi's sway. And getting more and more powerful for it all the same.
From Amon's laboratory, I did pick up some lift because I was planning on burning it, but I ended up not. I take one of them out. Did it involve this?
No, I don't know what that is.
Alright. Put it back away. Not what I thought it was then. Where is he?
Badran,
Badran.
in the usual camp. He hasn't fucking moved for 6 months.
He hasn't moved since Gothric left.
Thought I recognised you.
Do I recognise him?
Yeah, you might know him a little. Like he's sort of like a second cousin or something.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like a second cousin or something.
Yeah, I was saying hello.
Right. He's like, hi. Can you put the gun down now, or the other two orcs are like,
No.
this is kind of awkward.
Awkward.
Right.
Hey.
Hey.
Have you asked for a bathroom as well? Yeah.
What did you
Alright,
say?
I ask you in common. Have you asked for bad runners yet? Or the wizard?
Where's the wizard? I say in Orchid.
Wizard stays next to Badran's tent. It's weird. Weird noises come from that tent at night. Strange whispering noises.
You mean like whispering? I don't think whispering's very strange, mate.
Well, not the normal type of whispering. Normal type of whispering's pretty normal. This is fucking weird whispering. It's like wind. It lifts the edges of the tent up at night. It blows past your tent.
I'm getting like Game of Thrones, like Dothraki vibe with like the Blood Witch.
Yeah, something like that.
Ah, right. The wizard hasn't got a name that you may have heard.
No. Just fucking weird sorcerer, isn't it? Badran says it's his teacher.
Has Badran mentioned anything else about his teacher?
I'm sure he's probably learned a lot. He hasn't said anything though. He just occasionally gives out little slices of fucking weird meat. Gives gifts to whoever eats it. Different things every time. Some people can go invisible. Some people can change their face and their clothes. Some people get weird little tentacles and little stalks with eyes on poking out. Shoots little laser beams at people. Fucking weird shit.
Does Badran have any of these?
Yeah, he has fucking all of them. He's a right fucking weird freak now.
I am kind of relaying everything he says in common to everyone.
Okay.
Oh,
as well.
okay. So where is the tent? Where is it? He said it's 6 months. Is that where? You know where that is, right?
Is that where I
Yeah,
was?
that's where you were.
I
Okay,
know.
cool.
Yeah, I know where he is.
I mean, it sounds like
Is
these
it near,
guys want to
near
help you.
Orestes?
It's actually over here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, where's that? Do they?
Over here.
Okay. It sounds to me like these guys want to help you.
I asked them, how do the rest of the clan see Badran? Some seem more loyal than others, right?
He's managed to unite all the clans in the Grey Mountains.
Is this because of the magic? I thought orcs didn't really like magic very
They
much.
don't. But when you kill all the people who don't like magic, who's left? People whisper. They say things about Badran, don't they? They talk about him when he's not listening, but no one's brave enough to stand up.
What kind of things do they say about him?
Say that he's made a deal with some fucking weird demon or something.
Does the demon have a name?
Something from the abyss, anyway. I don't know.
Right. I'm still relaying this. I'm like, well, what do you think? Just let them go? I say in common. I imagine the orcs don't speak common.
Yeah, you don't know.
Well, what do you make of them?
Are you
I mean,
people?
like, tell you what. You go back there, and you don't tell them a damn thing. Or, if you want, you can tell them I'm around. I don't really care anymore. Tell Badran to come find me.
Badran's not ever gonna leave that tent. Not
Alright,
unless not
fine.
unless someone calls him out and challenges him.
Fuck it. Fine. Alright.
Alright.
Tell him I challenge him.
Alright, boys, let's pack up, let's go. They start clearing up their stuff.
Hey, what did he just say? Why are they leaving? What's going on?
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't leave. We'll leave.
Have they like left any food behind as they're leaving?
Yeah, there's like a pot of stew on the fire.
Oh, I don't want orc stew.
Yeah, it's
Is that racist?
well, man.
Can I give it a smell?
Yeah,
Okay.
make a perception check.
Hang on. That work? That didn't work. Okay.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Come on, roll
There we go.
20. Oh, there we
Okay.
go.
You-
12. Okay. It's now done in
That's fine. That's fine. You definitely get a smell of bat wing.
Don't touch
Coronavirus.
that. Don't touch it.
No.
Just kick it over.
Gothric's already eating some.
Oh, God.
Crispy.
What? We had this all the time.
Oh, you
It's
poor
normal.
man.
Hey,
Let's see.
Ria,
Bat.
half man, is that fair to say?
You're a half orc, right?
Yeah.
Do they don't mind if you're a half orc? Like, there's no racism in for half orcs.
Oh no, there's plenty. They almost killed me when I was born.
So is your mum a human?
I'd imagine so. Never met her.
Did she die?
Yeah.
Oh, well, just like that girl's parents died.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we should go on to Scrimshaw's dad's house.
Sounds like a plan.
Hey, is this just another thing? I mean, I don't want to be semantic here, but is it Scripture's dad? Is that fair to say?
Well,
Yeah.
I did mean to correct that. Dad, not really. Master, creator,
God.
I think.
I think our parents are the ones that create us.
Yeah, but do they build you? Like with their hands and
Technically,
Like
stuff?
my mother probably built me like in her womb.
I suppose.
Like Lego. Implying Lego
Well,
actually
th-
exists.
But consider this: if you made a puppet, would you consider yourself its mother?
Probably.
Then I suppose he is my father.
I may be only saying that so I can continue calling him your daddy.
Hey, how are orcs made? Like not half orcs, or is it like humans? I genuinely don't know.
Do orcs lay eggs?
They don't. Think about it. I'm a half orc. That means both need to be involved, right?
Well, I've been.
Wait.
I don't know.
Doing two half orcs?
I've
Well,
heard
they
stories
call-
of orcs
call
that
to
came
one.
from like fungus.
No, orcs make other
Warhammer
orcs the same way
Fantasy.
other things make other things.
Gideon, do you know how people are made? Like humans.
Uh,
Not that orcs aren't people. Huh?
I would the stock.
Oh,
Oh
no.
god, where's
Oh,
Dearest?
buddy.
Hey, I mean, orcs come from fungus. People come from stalks. I mean, it makes sense.
Somebody needs to have the talk with him.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
There
Uh,
might
I
be a-
am the only other human.
Scrimshaw
There
probably
was-
won't
there was-
understand it.
There were some basics of people books in the tower.
Basics of people.
Humans.
Yeah, the kind of
Humans 101.
I could
yeah,
pretty
pretty
probably,
much the kind that you give to children.
I could
Just- Fine,
probably
I'll-
explain it.
Yeah, I
did-
wasn't born with that kind of knowledge, so he didn't really want to teach me
I-
it himself manually.
I would like you to
Uh,
tell me on the way to the castle.
Our
Roxanne.
anatomies aren't all that different, so I could probably explain it.
I'm pretty
I
sure
mean-
this.
Neither are mine.
I'm pretty sure this is a chat that's been meaning to take for the last 3 characters you've wait.
I'll tell you later. It's like in Game of Thrones when somebody says, "I'll speak to you when I return."
It's more like winter is coming.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why Alex's characters keep dying because he hasn't told Gideon like these things.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide the secret
Oh
desperately.
my god, Gideon is actually killing him. It's killing him in this.
Well, he's surely not helping me. He's dead.
Yeah.
Why won't they tell me?
Okay, so
It must be
you carry on towards Scrimshaw's tower for the.
I assume telling Gideon about the birds and the
Yes. So you've traumatized him enough, but he's just like very wide-eyed and. Ooh.
It was very graphic.
Yeah, you even found a bear somewhere in the woods, like to explain various bits of anatomy. Okay, so you make your way to an opening, a quite rocky outcropping that tends to go up quite high into the sky, and you see it from quite a distance. A completely trashed almost rubble that is just about still standing. This does not look like anything you remember seeing Scrimshaw, but it looks like it's aged 500 years in the 2 months since you left. The vines are sort of creeping over it. All the windows have been smashed, and the once wooden frames are now rotted away. Now only the bare stone is still there. The front door is like fallen, half creaked, open, just like collapsed and smashed in half, just in the entrance corridor. The steps leading up to the tower have been eroded with rain and dirt over time, so that they're quite slippery. And as you're trying to climb up, like your hand keeps slipping, it's a mess. And you see poking out at the top of the tower, once where there was the mighty observatory that sort of like this large telescope which once poked out of the tower and looked towards the skies, that has sort of fallen off and has rolled somewhere into the woods, and a large oak tree has sprouted right on the top and just made its way through the roof and has just opened its leaves, just like has almost like a parasol over the whole tower. Yeah, this is a mess.
Oh, wow.
Oh god, I should have never have left.
And then this is where
I knew there was a reason he wanted me to stay here.
this is where we leave off. Yeah.
Mike, show
Oh
me out.
wow, Scrimshaw, your dad's house is so nice.
All right. Okay. So thanks for coming, guys.
Show the
No
art.
problemo. Thank you for
Oh yeah, I've got
posting.
the art.
Cheers.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.